TN.
Welcome to another episode of The Bastards. This is one of your three hosts, Cody Hucker.
Patrick Seta.
What the fuck was that, Luke Young? What the fuck was that, Luke Young?
I just felt
Everyone just turned our podcast off. Now we don't even get to tell them. Now we don't even get to tell them that Put the Rest is on because they already shut it off. Well, I guess we're just going to pull our dicks out and masturbate the rest of the time because Luke ruined the podcast. Fucking around, of course. We have Put the Rest on. That's the bassist, Nick Ruholt, and the lead vocalist, Billy Blanton. Give it up, boys!
We're clapping to
Thank you, gentlemen.
your claps.
Yes.
Guys,
Yes.
welcome. It's always so interesting to see which people clap for themselves and which people don't.
And you
you guys
douchebag
clap for
both
each
clap
other.
for
Yeah,
yourself.
fucking-
You fucking
I
maniacs.
was clapping for you, clapping for us.
I don't know. We were applauding you, man.
I was clapping for Luke, honestly.
Thanks. I really needed
shriek?
that, actually.
It looks like you're gonna cry.
I did cry from the yawn. I was wiping the tears away, but I guess they were noticed already. So I think Mansfield actually sent us a message when someone had a question for us on an episode. I forget which episode it was, but Mansfield figured out that you guys were the first episode we started the claps for.
Oh.
I think it was
wow.
just Billy Blanton on by himself.
And
Okay. What was that? Like
I don't even know if you were
episode 7?
promoting anything.
That was
it was
episode 4.
Episode 4.
No, you just
Might have been,
came
I think it was
on.
6.
4 or 5.
No, 6 was Jason. It was episode 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
wow.
might have been the
I've
very
got a
first
memory.
time that we had a
Way back.
clap.
And then I asked Billy what his first blowjob was like.
Yep.
That was, and
He-
just to be honest, he fucking manned up and he just took that shit. And you know what? That podcast was fucking golden.
That was a fun podcast.
Oh, man.
Good time.
That was
Yeah,
fun.
right.
But
at the very
awkward.
But we're at pretty much exactly a year since we released the
Almost.
last episode recording.
crazy.
That's
I think
when-
it was the 24th that we released it last year.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane. That we just did the Will Feiner episode. Another weird coincidence in episodes that we're doing. Will just came on episode 73, and the last time he was on was episode 37. So like 73 backwards and shit. And it's just weird coincidences
Weird.
like that
What?
keep happening
Spooky.
in a row.
Don't walk under a ladder.
Okay, now that you guys are all just staring at me
What?
like, and what else, Cody? Tell me the part where there was a fan.
I wanna know more. I wanna know more.
37.
I was more focused on Luke's reaction to that.
Luke's too stoned to even know where he's at right now. By the way, what was that
dumb it
yell?
down,
What was
what?
that yell, you psycho? What was that?
I don't know. It was something
Just
fun
shrieking.
to throw in to interrupt and make the intro fun.
Oh, well.
Lots of
That's
fun.
unique.
But you're taking away from it by asking about it.
Oh, is that what I'm doing, Luke?
I don't know if you guys have figured this out,
Oh.
listeners, but Cody is the single-handed criminal in ruining and bringing down this podcast, should it ever fail.
The single-handed criminal in making sure that this podcast fails. You mean the guy that edits it and makes sure the picture is there every week, and then you fucking misspell it and fucking put it back up, and me and Pat have to correct you every goddamn week?
Not every week. I've been good recently.
Motherfucker has like fucking he's like 0 for 74
I feel like
episodes
That
now.
is not true.
I
How do you have
totally-
this record?
That is
totally,
not true.
totally feel like sometimes you're hungover as fuck or something when you're writing those things.
Well, before I was doing it at like 6 in the morning.
Not
Shut up,
giving
you
it-
fucking
not giving
third
a
string
shit.
podcast host. Anyways, back to Put the
That's
Oh,
Rest.
you're the worst.
See, Luke, what you didn't
You give him a
realize-
cut and then you like cut your fucking knees off.
That's why you don't come at me with a knife, bud.
What you didn't
Oh,
realize
I'm
was
gonna
this is an
fucking
intervention for your
castrate you
podcast
this
today.
episode.
This is a straight up fucking intervention.
It's a
boy.
roast. Actually, it's a surprise roast of
Yeah,
Luke
surprise
Young.
roast.
A group therapy session for you guys.
Yeah, I guess we should
I
actually.
just fucking hate him.
I'm trying to properly introduce our guest now, you son of a bitch.
Well, I'll
Keep it-
do it. We have Billy Blanton. We have Nick Ruholt.
Keep down to a mild shriek, Luke.
Well, welcome to the
Try
show.
another one.
Thank you, Pat.
Jesus.
Thank you.
We're doing the clap again.
You're
No,
not
I'm
going to
just
clap
saying,
for yourself?
in case our
No, I feel like a dick.
Are we not? All right. Oh, let's go. Okay. Okay.
No,
Anyways.
you're the dickhead that you didn't clap.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Piece of
Fuck it.
shit.
Just make up your mind.
I mean,
I made
next
up
time.
mine.
A year from now, I'll clap for myself.
Okay, dude.
in
Yeah,
case
when you come back on again.
Yeah.
in case our listeners aren't familiar with Put the Rest, who we had on, I don't know what episode that was. You can check that out as well as this one. But they're a local. Is hardcore, like metalcore? How would you describe Put the Rest genre of music?
I mean, it's probably
Slam.
just metalcore.
Okay, local metalcore band
Not
that you can check
anymore.
out. They're playing all
Not
kinds of
anymore.
shows. And you guys
Well,
are,
then how would you describe it, Billy?
How
Yeah.
would I describe it?
Yeah.
What-
Chaotic deathcore.
Chaotic
at
death.
this point.
Yeah.
Chaotic Death.
The
Corp.
new
Yes.
the new album, which I'm sure we'll probably get into here in a second, is a lot different than I guess the stuff we released beforehand.
It's way better, in my opinion.
It's a lot better.
Isn't that what
It's a
you're
lot
supposed to be
makes
doing
it-
as a band? Like always evolving, always trying to
Yeah.
put out something
Yeah.
that's better than the
Exactly,
last
yeah.
shit. You don't want to stay the same for your whole fucking career. It's
Right.
boring.
Exactly.
You don't want to be the fucking offspring or some shit.
What do you
God.
think's making it so much better though? Is it just like the teamwork within the band, you guys actually being able to get together and practice more, or is it like you have like Ryan composing some fucking crazy shit?
So,
like
when this started, like the conception of the album started, Ryan and I pretty much agreed, let's pull our hair out to get this to be the best it can be.
and Ryan, for the listeners, is the composer of most of the music and
Yeah.
the lead guitarist in the band. Sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah,
I wanted to
no,
tell our
Ryan.
listeners.
Ryan is a fucking madman. He writes
Yeah.
pretty much
He-
all the music. Yeah, all the music.
What a G.
He's the wizard of Put to Rest for
Yeah.
sure. And for those who didn't hear it properly, who haven't seen it, it's RYNE. That gets messed up a lot.
Like over the Rhine.
Like over the Rhine.
Don't
Not-
fuck it up.
Not Ryan. It's Rhine
Like Rhino.
Like
without the-
Ryan
Shout out to Ryan.
Stone.
for that. Yeah.
Like yeah.
Like a bedazzler.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just think of it. He is the bedazzle of Put to Rest.
He
I fucked his name
bedazzled
up
Put
the-
to Rest.
I fucked his name up the very first time I met him because I met him where we work or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I was
and
there, yeah.
He was like, "Hey, I'm Ryan." I was like, "Ryan?"
You're like,
just
"Ryan, yeah, that's
After
fine."
work, drinking
He was
at the
like,
bar,
"Yeah,
and he was
I
like,
get
"Yeah,
it."
whatever." I was
Literally,
like,
that's-
I'm a drunk. I'll forget anyways. Don't
That's
worry about it.
literally how he reacts to it every single time. And that's literally what he gets every single time. They're
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh,
fine.
Ryan.
Right, but going forward, how did this album, like through Ryan and you guys collaborating, how did this become such a like better album? How did your music evolve so much?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna start off with saying that a lot of like the visionary aspect of it came from Billy, which it pretty much mostly does. Billy has a lot of ideas that he just kind of keeps in his, in his piggy bank, and like drops them on us unsuspectedly. He's like, "Hey, I've got this, and this, so run with that." And so like a lot of like like what you see, I guess, and like the lyrics, that comes from mostly just Billy.
and does that bleed out into like what you guys' merch ends up looking
Yeah,
like, and like how you try to portray yourself on stage? Is that
Yeah, for
your
sure.
view
Yeah.
a lot of the time? Your
100%.
vision?
So the way I see this band is like it comes in phases. Like our first album was a Pink album. It was Levy and Rose, Life in Pink. And with this one, I was going through like a lot of shit, and just I needed a lot to get off my chest, and so it ended up being called Coup de Grace, which means like the final death blow to a wounded animal, or it's like a mercy kill. So it ended up just being about a relationship I went through and how shitty I handled it, and how by the end of it I wanted to kill myself. And just I told Ryan that I was like, I need the music to match everything that I feel right now. And it was essentially him and I pulling our hair out for the last like 4 to 5 months trying to get this done. And even now we're still in the crunch time, and we're just finishing it up right now. And it was just, I wanted the best out of him. He wanted the best out of me. And that's what we got. Like, we grew a lot more comfortable with each other.
I
than we
definitely
were in the
have a
first
lot
one.
of composition questions to ask, and some of them might be like, you need to ask Ryan specifically
Yeah.
about that. But as far as like, I mean, Nick's parts bass-wise or musically, or like Cody's your drummer, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Cody's parts is like the drummer. Is that all decided by Ryan too? Like, is he doing everything musically, or do you guys
So-
like? Does he have a bass and then
Nick-
you guys play with it, or how's that work?
Nick is like the person that's always there with Ryan when he writes. Because Ryan, it's either a spurt of energy and he starts writing, or it's not happening.
Yeah,
Like-
it's very one sided with Ryan when it comes to the writing process. Like I've been like I guess I was in the passenger seat for a lot of this album that that we will be releasing on July 5th. But like it was mostly like Ryan and I would set a date, and we would say, hey, like today we're gonna do some stuff. Like, let's get together, let's jam, see whatever happens. And a lot of that would turn into Ryan sitting down at his computer with his guitar and just coming up with something and rolling with it, and coming up with this huge chunk of material that we in turn would either you know, like I would say, hey, switch this part, and like have this part repeating.
But does he write your bass part for you, or do you just start determining that based on what he's like writing guitar wise?
Exactly, and that's exactly what I do. I base it off of what, you know, whatever he writes for his guitar parts. And when we wrote the EP, it was a lot of based around just having him as a guitarist, and just, you know, we were just, you know, a quartet at that time, so it was just guitar and bass. And now that we have Drew Thomason from Empire Andromeda and Boy Meets World, he, you know, to add in there, it really kind of helps our full sound. And, you know, he can do a lot more that, like, maybe, you know, throw in a lead part here and there.
Right, so, I got you.
Hey, Boy Meets World was the shit.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
they were.
I
Dude,
saw that. I went
Andromeda?
and supported them at Warped Tour.
Dude,
that was a good old time.
We have like 100 Boy Meets World albums in our possession. If you'd like one.
Why do you have so many?
We went
Because
to
they robbed their merch
old
stand. What do you mean?
We have their
dude?
old merch bins.
Yeah, we went to Legends, and Craig told me we could have their old merch bins, and I was like, "Do you guys want the shit that's in them?" He was like, "No." So now sitting at Drew's house is just a fuck ton of like Boy Meets World merch.
So
and,
it still
like,
ended up with a
CDs.
member of the band.
Yes.
We didn't just, you know, steal it for all of the profits that we would never get from it. But, you know.
We've actually been selling Boy Meets World merch on the side.
They're rarities. They're never going to be printed
huge,
again.
man.
But your Etsy name is like...
We went to the Reddit for pop punk and just really started pushing this shit as hard as we could.
Yeah, but your Etsy name is fucking... You put the rest backwards and shit? 'Cause
Yeah.
you thought you were clever.
Exactly.
No one ever know.
Yeah, you'll never know.
To just revitalize and bring them back by selling their merch.
Yeah, we're actually going to be Boy Meets World now.
Yeah.
That's
Just
what the whole
assume
plan
their
was.
identity.
Yeah.
I am now Craig Sulkin.
Billy, question for you as far as all this shit goes musically. Where does writing vocals, and I'm sure it's probably different song to song and time to time, just collaborating, but where does vocals fit into that mix? Because I'm pretty familiar with writing music and shit, and it always seemed like in my... Like, the vocals were the afterthought to a lot of music that I wrote and shit like that. And those, like, the deathcore, metalcore scene, hardcore, like, a lot of that music specifically makes certain parts for, like, a very vocal, like, part to come out. Almost like a vocal solo or something like that during breakdowns and shit like that. Where does that fit in?
It's like an instrument.
For me, I write all my lyrics without hearing music. I can't write to music. It's the shit for me. I can't do it. So it has to be like a emotion that came out of me organically without it being forced out of me. And then I like get the song from Ryan and I piece it together later. I'll edit the song down. Like essentially what I write is a rough draft. And then when I get the song, I piece it together for that and I reword some things. And I make it fit better. And the way I like approach it is more like a hip hop kind of thing. Is like, I don't want to play off the song. I want the song to play off of me. Like, I want the listener to follow me, but be distracted in the background by, like, what they're hearing from the music.
Right.
So, it's just more so, like, I have to write lyrics without hearing music unless Ryan is, like, when we started recording this, he pumped them out so fast that, like, I couldn't keep up with him, like,
Right.
at all. Like, he recorded, like, the first 4 or 5 songs in, like, 4 days.
Yeah, from what I hear from what Nick's told me at work and shit like that, just talking every once and again about Put to Rest, like, that dude really fucking is just a killer when it comes to cranking shit out
really
and composing
is, yeah.
music, and he's like the backbone instrumentally, basically, of fucking Put to Rest.
Without a doubt. Yeah, he is.
That motherfucker pushed me to do some shit that I didn't think I could really do this whole album.
He pushes everybody in our band to be a better musician overall. Like he pushes Cody to be a better drummer. He pushes me to be a better bassist. You know, he pushes Drew outside of his comfort zone and pushes Billy outside of his comfort zone with the vocals. He really is.
That's like a good bandmate. Dude.
He
That's
is.
a really
He
good
really
bandmate
is.
to actually like support one another. Because that's so tough to find, especially in bands nowadays. So I think you guys have something fucking really special.
Just for him to come at us with what he comes at and then believes in all of us the way he believes in us, he's the backbone of this band. Like,
That's
it wouldn't be
awesome.
anything without him.
It's true.
Dude, and he's been, not to sound a little gay, but dude's gotten really in shape lately.
Yeah,
Man,
he
that
is.
dude he
That
looks
man-
totally different
I
now.
would fuck
Good
the
for
shit
him.
out of him.
Yeah.
I would
Good
fuck him
for
so
him.
hard.
Yeah.
I saw Patrick's eyes dilate when he said that.
Like he was experiencing true love.
Can
or
I get his
something.
number?
You can give it to you. Yeah.
His brain was being flooded with
Platonically.
oxytocin, and his penis was being flooded with blood.
Yeah.
Like, Ryan is a hot boy now.
He is a hot boy.
He's always been a hot boy, but
he
he's even hotter.
lost a lot of pounds.
So that was actually something I wanted to ask you guys about. When you guys first started, like a decade ago, you
Like
called
shit.
each other Chubcore.
Yeah, we did.
All right,
Yeah,
I
we
remember
did.
that.
Yeah, dude.
Damn it.
I'm
They're gonna
so,
come. People,
Damn it, Patrick.
I'm not
Let's
gonna
get to
lie.
it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm so bummed that got brought up.
Honestly,
Oh,
Dude,
it's there.
I went to an old I went to an old chat with him.
fuck.
Damn
it.
And like,
Well,
Just blasted him on the show.
dude, like I went to an old chat I had with him on Facebook.
I'm not ashamed.
And like
not
the,
ashamed
the
of
fact
that.
that he tried to block that out of his memory. When I brought it up, he's like,
why? It
he
was
was like-
great.
Now I embrace it. Like back then, like I was
Look
like,
at
oh,
you guys
man,
now.
because I lost a bunch of weight too. I lost like 90 pounds since Put to Rest first started, and Ryan lost considerably more than that. And back then we were like, fuck it, we'll embrace it. We were all big dudes except for my little brother who weighed 100 pounds soaking wet and played this huge bass. And since then, we've.
Well, I'm just thinking, I wasn't even thinking about that specifically. I'm just talking about how you take you guys seriously.
Oh,
Why'd you guys make this weird?
because I like.
Isn't that what we do?
Guys, you guys used to be like this. You guys were always having fun, making jokes and stuff, and then you separate, and then you come back, and now you're like artistic. You have a
serious.
direction.
So he hasn't seen.
But
us
Chubcore,
live
what
in
was
a
up with
while.
that?
So he hasn't seen us live in a while. You don't.
I saw you guys recently.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Like I've started calling us by a different name like every damn song.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like the first thing I said the last show, I was like, I was like, I'm miserable, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm sick, I hate everybody in this fucking basement. We're the Jonas Brothers, and this song's called "Burn It Up." And then we just went to our first song. And
That's hilarious.
We're
it was Donato's basement, right?
no, that was in
Q-
in
it was
Q's
a
basement with
Donato's is
and
I
it
did the
was some
Donato's
interesting
place.
bands.
11
One at a time, boys.
It's the 7th of July. We're doing a weekend after we do our album release show next week.
That's gonna be
And,
fun.
the 7th of July is at Donato's basement in Columbus, Ohio.
You ever played there?
No, but I've heard it's awesome.
I played there, and it's really fucking weird walking through a restaurant full of families with all your gear.
Dude, we've been through that already.
You're gonna have. It's really cool.
Spinelli's.
With
have
your
you
hair
played there?
perfectly swooped to the left and
So,
fucking
how
your eyeliner on all good that your girlfriend just got done doing for you.
how common is playing in pizza joints?
I have no. Dude, we went.
Since that video where that dude's like, "What the fuck is up?"
Denny's?
Yeah, Denny's. It's like, oh, that's it's funny because they're playing at like, why the fuck are they playing at Denny's?
Yeah.
A hole in the wall.
They
But,
have
like,
shows at all kinds.
Now
of
it's
like,
the
people
spot.
are really playing
So
in
like,
pizza
wait, this
joints
is
and
like a
restaurant
live,
joint
like
bases.
still going Domino's.
Yeah, they're serving food and there's no
Donato's.
door.
Donato's.
Donato's. Let's get the plug
Donato,
right.
sorry. We did that at Spinelli's, and we walked in, and like, you have to walk through the dining room to get to where you need to go.
Yep.
And like, there was unsuspecting families there, like going to eat there before they saw Elton John that night, and then they fucking see us.
grandparents.
Well,
grandparents.
You got to think when you go
Like
to Donato's, like how the fuck often
up
are
their
you going
music.
to eat
This
in
is-
at
Pull
Donato's?
up his-
Well, this
Pull
is
up
the
their music.
this is the only time I'll ever say this is a show. Is the first band played, and there's people were getting refills during their set because the drink station's like right next to where I was doing my vocals.
fucking
Somewhere in
great.
the song.
And I like the first thing I said was like no fucking refills, and that's the only time I'll probably ever
You
say that.
scream
in
it
a
at
show.
him?
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
And so you're walking through the restaurant to set up for the music. They have no idea. Then you set up the music to
Yeah.
play.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then
That happens
And
so
then
frequently.
they're just biting into their sausage, bacon, and cheese pizza. And then this comes on.
Wow, this is aggressive for a family date night. I was just trying to take my kids out for pizza, and they're over here.
The best part is if you go back to that part, like you can see me bleeding because I nailed myself with
Oh,
the
is that what that
microphone.
was? I was about to ask. Were
Yeah.
you bleeding? Dude, that
Oh,
makes
damn.
that makes it so much more
Nailed
sick.
nailed
though.
myself right in the fucking like teeth
Ow.
with the microphone, and then like
God.
I had lockjaw for the whole shoot.
Oh, that sucks so
Yeah.
much dick.
Yeah.
Dude, the blood makes
Jesus
it look so
Christ.
fucking brutal, though.
Like-
Especially with all that red in the background. I think that fits it. I thought that was I thought you did that on purpose.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
should've
even know it
just fucking
happened.
said that.
I didn't know it happened. I'm not gonna.
Now,
I'm not
now you
gonna-
look like a bitch. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
That's kind of cool.
How do I look like a bitch? I'm
You
the dude that
I'm
didn't
just
even know
kidding.
I was bleeding.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Let's actually, can we, just so that our listeners get an idea of what kind of music you're doing now, this is Put the Rest Happy Enough. Do you care if I play just a couple, like maybe a minute of this
Yeah,
for
go
the
ahead.
listeners
dude.
to hear?
It's fine.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have picture-in-picture yet. It's coming. It's coming soon, listeners of the Bastard Sermon, but not yet. Not yet, so you won't see this on YouTube. But if you want to look it up yourself, Put the Rest Happy Enough official video. All right, so
Dude,
that was about a minute of
Sounds
it.
so fucking good. You guys sound so good now.
Thanks,
It's
brother.
awesome.
I appreciate that.
It is so awesome.
Can I just say how hard it's not to honest trailer myself while watching the music video?
Well, you mean you do that? You're going to criticize yourself anyways. You're a musician. Any musician or creative person out there is overcritical on themselves.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Agreed.
But I mean, like,
Yeah,
it's fucking. It looks
miserable.
great. All right. This music video looks awesome. You guys
Thank
have
you.
so much evolved since the Chubcore days. Like that. You
Yeah.
guys are so awesome now.
Thank you.
Super awesome song.
Billy was like, it made me so uncomfortable. Pat just keeps bringing back the Chubcore the entire
So,
time.
like, okay,
I'm just
so-
saying the name of the
so-
episode now.
So 120%, we both blocked that out of our memory, like we were traumatized by it or something. And I went back to
You're
like,
welcome.
I went, no, I did it to myself. I went back to like an old Facebook conversation with him, and like he sent me the Chubcore logo, and I was like, "That's fucking
I found
sick."
it. I found the Chubcore like design we had with Buddha with gauges.
It burned into my
oh
mind.
my god.
Bro, can you
in the
send it
back
to
of
me
the
so I
day.
can put it in the Photoshop?
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I'm sure you could recreate it easy.
No.
It looked like the Obey. You know,
Oh, the little Andre the
logo.
Giant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
You
it
guys
was
should fucking own it, dude.
But it was
I will
but it
own
was
it for the
Buddha
first
with
incarnation of Put the Rest,
plugs.
but not
Yeah.
this one.
Dude, I know people that actually really like your music just from like listening to this podcast. If they think you guys are some of like the better local bands around here. So think about this. They're gonna, if they really like you enough, they'll go back and they're gonna find it. You know,
Yeah.
own it.
They
You
won't
guys
find-
have evolved so much. They're gonna be like, man, I love their old shit too. So different.
Well, they
Yeah.
won't find the Chubcore thing.
They'll find
because
one
now
song.
they know.
They will find one song, and that
Yeah.
is Brohio.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, hi! I remember
Yeah,
that shit.
that fucking song. Oh my god.
Goodness
You guys are
Brohio sounds like a song from an Attack EP.
Dude,
You're
heavily.
goddamn right. You were goddamn right, dude. You were fucking goddamn right, dude.
I don't know what that means, but I feel
would
like
come right
from,
before like Bros Ashley's here.
Crabcore. You know what crabcore is?
Nope, I don't know.
You don't
anything
wanna know.
about
Look,
any of this.
You
stuff.
could
Cody-
always YouTube.
Let me teach
Cody's
you.
lived a very sheltered life from the metalcore.
Let me teach you about the best metalcore band to ever exist. They're called Attack.
Shit.
And they have a song called "Sexual Man Chocolate." That's the best song I've ever heard.
Can
in
I
my
say
life.
something? I'm gonna say something else about Attack. That third album was way above its time. And
This
that
Means
shit
War?
yeah, that album
Yeah.
fucking slaps to this day.
Well, Caleb Shomo is an amazing writer.
He's
all
a
on his
bear
own.
tooth.
That's true. I love Beartooth.
Yeah.
Beartooth is great.
Yeah. But dude, just go back and listen to that third album.
Well, you know
and
that-
you're gonna be like, damn, this is actually really fucking good.
You know what that album sounds like? A
What?
plea for purging.
it
Bullshit.
does.
Legitimately.
Bullshit.
No,
Dude,
it kind of
go listen
does.
to it. Go listen to it. Go fucking listen to that album. Sounds
I
like
am
a plea
so
for
upset
purging.
that you just compared Attack to a plea for purging.
Listen to that album and shut your
R.I.P..
fucking mouth.
I cannot believe that.
R.I.P. to both bands. I'm still upset about Attack. I have a signed poster in my trunk right now.
Oh, really?
Have you
Yes.
listened to Andrew's new band, their guitarist?
Oh, Nine Shrines.
It's not
no,
that
no,
great.
no. That's the drummer. I haven't listened to the guitar players.
It's not that great.
No,
It's not
No.
that great.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
It's not that great.
but Johnny Frank's
John,
band.
yeah,
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray? Yeah,
They're
Bill
so
Murray
good.
is
Have you guys heard them?
amazing.
What's Bill Murray?
It's spelled Bilmuri, and it's just
they're
like this
so
weird
good.
vibey shit.
Did
it's
you?
the old guitarist.
Johnny
John, the
Frank.
dude that did Cleans?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him. He released a music video for a song recently I watched where it's him with a green screen bib on, and he green screens his head in
Yeah.
front of the vocalist of all these like early from like 2000 to 2012 like metalcore type of bands, and it's fucking.
He's honestly
gold.
like super creative when it comes to all of like the visual stuff like that they do
Yeah.
for
Did you-
Bill Murray. Like it's I love it. I love everything
thought-
that they've
Did
done
you see the
so
T-shirt
far.
they put out of a crab holding a jewel
no.
because he's trying to play on the crab?
What's the name again?
He
Bill
should
Murray.
ride that
Bill
wave until he's
No.
fucking dead.
Bilmuri.
That's what I spelled.
That's all one word.
No, learn to spell.
Bildermarie.
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 I was trying to find the actual crab shirt. That
I thought, I didn't even know he was still doing music.
Yeah.
I thought he actually was like a priest or some shit. 'Cause he got really religious, didn't he?
Dude, he recorded. He recorded Elements.
Oh yeah,
He recorded
okay.
Ghost Man on First.
Okay, now I remember.
Like he did a lot of like local
there it
bands, and
is.
he does all.
Oh wow,
He
That
does.
scene.
He does all of Jared Alonji's shit.
really?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's scene.
That scene as fuck. God.
Hey, it looks like a
Ride
shirt
that
that
wave.
all of you used to wear in high school.
Yeah.
Ride that
Oh,
wave
yes.
until you're
100%.
dead.
God.
Just
Dude,
keep
I had-
riding that wave until you're dead.
Cody, I feel somewhat attacked because you looked directly at me when you said that.
I don't know what you
Right.
look like in high school. I know
feel
what you look
attacked.
like from the time you were like 5 years old until you were like 11, and then I fucking didn't see you for 10, 15 years, and then out of nowhere you pop back up. But I assume that somewhere in those high school days you were wearing a shirt that looks exactly like this
Essentially, those
goddamn-
high school days were like Vela Maya shirts and weed for Nick and Ryan.
Right on.
All I have to say is fuck you.
It was just Vela Maya for the Fallen Dream
Did you
t-shirts and weed.
did you also have really really long hair too?
Yes, he did.
Oh, of course you did. Really, really, really
Do you
long
think-
hair with Vela Maya shirts and bong rips. I knew exactly
Dude,
who
Nick,
you were
Nick
in
was
high
that.
school.
Nick was that dude that was like, as
I
soon
was
as,
smoking weed with dudes like you in high school.
Nick,
as soon as Versa Limited like came out with clothes, Nick was like, "Let me get on this tank top immediately."
Damn.
I wonder if
That's
we
what it was.
Googled your name, if that stuff would pop up.
100% it would.
For sure.
100% it would.
Probably.
If we did what? What?
If we Googled Nick's name, if we could see like all of his old photos.
I'm interested.
Let's see what pops up.
Nick
Images.
Holt.
Oh shit! The Bastard Servant episode pops up. What the fuck is up, Google?
We
Shouts
is
out.
thieves.
Don't
Holy
watch
shit.
Don't watch the We Is Thieves.
I
Oh,
don't
first,
see anything popping up
No.
for him.
That one, no,
Damn.
go up, go up, go up. That one on the, nope, down a little bit. Bottom left to go down a little bit. That one, yep, there he is.
Right here.
got him. Oh shit! Shouts out to Arlie Smith. Rest in peace.
It's his obituary.
He's dead as fuck. He's dead as fuck.
Well,
I would feel very terrible if Nick was like, yeah, that's my grandpa.
Oh shit!
Like, holy shit.
No, I'm afraid I don't know Arlie.
dude, he looks.
Arlie looked like
No
a
relation.
solid ass dude. Arlie looks like the type of dude who would pass you by once a day at work and
No.
just like nod or and be like, "Hey."
No,
He looks like-
He looks like
looks
the type of dude that rides public transportation and tries to accidentally creep his fingers up girls' skirts and then he smells it
Oh
for the
my god!
just all day long, right in his nostrils.
I was gonna say this dude's blue as fuck. He go to the Willy Wonka factory or some
Y'all are
shit.
haters. This dude is nice. Look at him in his nice suit and tie. It's matching emerald green.
could be like
This
Jerry.
picture was
With a
taken
nice
3 minutes
fucking
before
ribbon
Arlie
pin.
raped 3 children.
So
Luke.
that's
I
not,
bet you didn't know
so
that
hold
about
on,
Arlie's.
hold on. That's not the guy from the diabetes commercial.
No, that's not Wilford Brimley.
He kind of looks like Thanos.
Diabetes.
He's not dead yet
Diabetes.
somehow.
Luke comes in with a name drop. No, that's not Wilford Brimley. Are you joking?
Well, duh, you have to know his name. He always says, "My name's Wilford Brimley, and I have diabetes."
Well, that's Arlie Smith.
Yeah.
That's Wilford Brimley's stunt double.
Oh, true, true. He actually has diabetes, whereas Wilford Brimley doesn't. He's just a phase for it.
No, he died.
Yeah, Arlie died of diabetes.
Yeah, exactly.
Wilford
Can we
is
look up and
living
see how
with
he died?
diabetes.
Wilford
Jesus.
Brimley is
I'm sure you
still
could
around.
visit.
Fuck yeah, we can.
Did they put that in the obituary?
Yeah.
He-
Well,
I hope
wait
so.
a minute. He passed away. after a
Colon
long-
cancer. We're making fun of a guy that died of shit cancer. Shit cancer killed him.
8 years. 8-year battle.
His name was Googer or Gouger.
Oh my god.
His CB radio name was.
We totally
We
exploited
shouldn't
this
be
dude.
doing this.
If his
We totally exploited
if
him.
his CBD if his CB radio name was Gouger, this man may have been a maniac.
Well, Gouger's definitely like not.
I feel.
I don't like that.
It couldn't be Googer.
What if like all of a sudden we just went down a rabbit hole and we found out this man was a serial killer?
how deep can
let's
this
find
go?
out.
Call
did
him
we get
Gouger
here?
after the wounds that
What
he
are we
would
doing?
leave
How
his
did we get here?
victims.
I hope that like
I don't
somebody.
know.
Wait. Of Deepwater, is that in Florida? Because we can find his criminal records publicly.
West Virginia. West Virginia.
Oh, damn it.
Nah, West Virginia.
That
No,
would
that's-
was that delving too deep?
That might be worse. West Virginia might be worse than Florida.
Oh shit, Kate Ruholt. That's why you popped up.
Oh.
Are you related to a Kate Ruholt?
You know,
What's
Kate-
this? This is getting weird.
I don't see this.
Kate, it's at the very bottom.
Damn.
Thank you, Nora McNeil and Kate Ruholt, for the special care we all received.
So,
So
Maybe-
obviously we need to do a fucking ancestry report on you and then have you
So,
back when it comes back. And we'll know.
I'm guessing it's at this 5th floor of the oncology.
also, I'm going to guess this man is freshly fucking dead because this was on June 15th, 2019.
Sick.
Dude, this is fucked up.
Rest in peace, Arlie.
This is fresh.
Shouts out Arlie Darren Smith, who is 50. Shouts out.
If anybody wants to hit up my PayPal to send some sympathy flowers to Arlie.
Fresh meat, guys. It's fresh meat and content.
Shout out to
puts a
Kate
restaurant at
Ruholt.
gmail.com.
We're probably
Yeah,
related.
if anyone wants to Venmo me money so that I make sure that flowers get to Arlie's funeral,
I'm sad. You should give
trust me,
money.
they'll get there.
It will not be spent on La Rosa's calzone.
Or
I
alcohol.
promise.
Yeah, or alcohol if
Or
you're me.
White Claw.
Dude.
All right. We got pretty off the rails for a second, but I wanted to plug this.
God,
I wanted to plug
Rest in
this
peace,
because
Artie.
you guys are out there fucking putting in work right now. Like, there's
Yeah.
been, you can go through on Facebook and see your past events. You guys have been putting in a couple dates recently, but upcoming, you've got a whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you've got, this is July 5th, Friday, Legends. You can go see them at 6 p.m. July 6th, you can check them out at the Hideaway, and if you're going out to Johnson City, Tennessee. And then July 7th, you can catch them in Columbus, Ohio, in that fucking Donato's Pizza. And then they're playing with...
At the fucking Donato's Pizza.
That's where they're playing at, the
Go there.
fucking
It's
Donato's
awesome.
Pizza. Then October
Get some
11th,
fucking pizza, too.
they're playing with Bro Job. We've had Jacob Wallace on before, and Infurious at the Thompson House. You guys are probably, if you're
Check out
listening
the
to this, you know what the
episode with
Thompson
Jacob
House
Wallace.
is.
We actually will be announcing a tour for October.
You want to announce it now? Don't do it.
They just did.
Kind of just did. He 100%, that's what he just did.
And that's with
We have a weekend run coming up with Kill
Yeah.
in October, and then we
Kill,
have,
which is a great band from
That's a cool
the
name.
Dirty South.
And
They're
then-
from Alabama, correct?
yeah, they're from
original.
no, I think they're from Mississippi.
That's the dirtiest of the South.
They are Dirty South boys.
They're
are very heavy.
fucking
They're
awesome.
awesome. We love them. Go check out Kill.
Rebel flag
All
underwear
caps.
on.
No,
No.
none of that.
But
none of
Fucking
that
their
horse
sisters.
shit.
I'm just kidding.
we have a weekend.
None of that horse shit.
We have a weekend in August with Outlast, Outcast.
Hey,
I
y'all. I love that
Andre
song.
Like, yeah.
3000, dude.
with Outlast.
Sorry,
we have a
Miss
weekend,
Jackson?
Yeah,
Yes.
we have a weekend in August with Outlast. We have a weekend in October with Kill, and then we're going to, we're going to Canada and back in October.
Dude,
For a
fuck.
couple
yeah.
weeks.
fucking
Canada.
We're
awesome.
gonna be spending a week in
Our
Canada.
100% our booking agent is not going to listen to this far into the podcast.
Would he
so-
be pissed? Would
You
he
guys
get-
can catch some
I
sweet.
don't think so.
Why would he be pissed?
I don't know.
I don't think you'd be
If
pissed.
you're listening, get over it. It's free promotion.
If you're listening, Lucas, I'm sorry, but it's
And we love you.
too exciting not to talk about.
Yeah,
we love you,
frig ya,
Lucas.
bud.
Yeah, we'll be doing that with a band called Calfu, and then we'll be doing the Canada dates with a band called Being.
And you guys can catch some sweet Canadian venereal diseases. That'll be awesome. You'll have some
Hopefully.
road-
I'm excited to go back to Colorado and try the weed again.
Yeah.
Legally.
You know they've got weed here too, right?
Yeah, but
He's lying.
I don't know that. They have weed here?
Yeah, it's in Pat's
Holy-
pocket right
Oh,
now.
wow. No, like the last time I went to Colorado, I
Por qué
tried.
no los dos?
So I went to that theater that the Batman shootings happened at.
Oh, you did? You went to
What?
Yeah.
fucking Aurora, Colorado?
Dude,
Yeah.
was there like a memorial? Or, tell me all about
No,
it.
dude.
No?
Did you like
No.
lay your
Memorial!
Did you lay your body on the chalk lines and like pose?
Dude, like I walked
Take a
in.
picture.
Stick your tongue out?
I walked in and it was a fucking Cinemark. And it's literally the first time I ever had a self-serve like experience with a theater, and like nobody stopped me. I had bags in my hand. Nobody asked me to see what's in my bags.
Really?
Yeah, I just
Because
walked.
they never learn
How
in
many people
Aurora,
died?
Colorado. They're
They
too busy
obviously
getting
did not
biblically
fucking
stoned.
learn.
How
I
many
just-
fucking people died in this thing? Because he went in there and lit these motherfuckers
All,
up.
They
all
were
of
Like
it was
them.
a
20
machine
people,
gun.
right?
All
yeah,
of
something
them.
like that. Like I walked
And they're
in.
not checking bags.
No, I
They're
walked
all
in
dead.
past them with bags in my hand, and I went and saw Star Trek. And then after that, I had my Uber driver take me to a dispensary, and
Be
I
honest.
tried gummies.
Be honest, were you a little worried while you were watching Star? Like, I know it's not going to happen, but It did happen here.
How could you not be?
In my head, I was like, is this the theater it happened in?
12 people killed, 58 were fucking... 12 people killed, 58 of them injured from gunfire.
Yeah,
They don't check fucking bags.
The deadliest shooting in Colorado since Columbine.
That is literally the
They
one.
don't check bags.
Billy was like, I'm going to go
So-
see Dark Phoenix,
No,
dude.
dude, so-
Fuck yeah.
So
Dark Phoenix was so
Dark Knight
bad.
Rises.
God
Dark
damn
Phoenix.
it. So no, like I was
like
like
a 2 for 2. Okay.
the Uber was taking me up to the mall, and I was like, "Oh, there's a movie theater." He's like, "Yeah, that's where the Batman shootings happen." I was like, "What the fuck?" Dude?
And you're like, let's go.
Yeah, and I did. I went to the mall and then I went and saw a movie. But fuck you, Dark Phoenix is
Okay, let's.
It's very
bad.
Okay, I haven't even seen it, and it already
Me
looks
neither.
like trash.
All right,
Okay.
all right.
Let's get in. All right, spoiler alert. I haven't
Spoiler
seen
alert
it.
right
I haven't
now.
seen it. I
Guess
don't
what?
care.
If you've seen Dark Phoenix, it's the same thing as the fucking 2009 movie, The Last Stand.
It's bad.
the same shit. Bad movie, probably.
bad.
Right? Am I right?
so
Without
Bad.
Hugh Jackman.
so
Without Hugh
One at a
Jackman.
time, boys. You first, then Luke, okay? Because Luke's
No,
going to
let-
have the...
let Luke do his first.
I'd like to
Okay.
start this off by saying fuck you both for ruining this.
I don't. I'm gonna
You
save
don't wanna
you.
see it.
I'm gonna save
Hey,
you
Nick,
ticket
I'm
funds.
Nick, you still hold on. Just to point out how fucking Nick watches movies, this motherfucker got Spider-Man: Homecoming for Christmas and has used it as a weed tray the entire fucking time. It's still in the
Okay.
Oh, I
plastic.
feel that.
It is still.
It's on any streaming fucking.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
It's not on
not.
Netflix or Hulu.
No, it's not.
It
on YouTube.
was.
No, it never was.
It never was. What the fuck, Nick? Who
It's-
the fuck do you think you are? Spider-Man.
Well, I've got an unopened copy of fucking Spider-Man: Homecoming, so
Dude, the new one comes out in a week.
Yeah.
fuck.
You savages, we're talking about Dark Phoenix. Let's not
fuck,
get
bro.
let's not get
Luke,
derailed
go
here.
ahead.
Okay, so fucking Dark Phoenix, right? Starts out the movie hot with action, like
Hot.
there's astronauts in space.
I just want to point
hard
out that
dicks
Luke,
full
that-
of
hold on. I
action.
want to point out Luke did fall asleep during the movie and missed.
Cause it was whack as shit.
Look, if a movie's bad, and I don't ever take.
I've seen Luke fall asleep during this podcast before.
Yeah, true.
I've seen him do that before.
But
on
was it
good
a whack
episodes.
episode? Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so fucking this movie, they're like, there's astronauts and they need saving, right? So they send up the fucking freaks to go up and save the astronauts.
This is the dumbest fucking part. This is the
And they're
dumbest.
like,
of
all
shit.
right, quick, we need to do this fast. So let's send the guy who teleports instantly and the guy who can run faster than anything ever. So they teleport in and the guy saves literally everyone on the ship. Mission accomplished. Dang. Successful. Good job, team. And then they're like, wait, our captain's still on there. And then Charles is like, the bald dude, Professor Xavier goes, all right, team, new
shit.
plan.
Hold on.
Wait, let him. Let him. Hold on, let him.
This is.
Let him
this
get
is-
his in real quick, and then you get
Is
yours
this
in. That's how we're
Fantastic
gonna do
fucking
it.
Four?
He goes,
Like-
new plan, gang. We need a new team. And they're like, all right, let's deliberate. Who are we going to put on this team? Limited time. They said like 45 seconds ago this thing was going to explode. That's why they needed everyone on there, because it's going to crash into the cosmic energy that's the Phoenix, right? So they're like, okay, let's get a new team. All right, we're going to do Jean, the girl who's not fast, and the guy who teleports.
We need a new team because he left one behind, but
Yeah.
he saved 1,100
exactly.
people.
Let's draft out the fastest fuck guy. Then, first of all, let's,
How are they gonna have a movie then, Luke?
I don't know.
I know,
How are they gonna have a
they
movie?
sat here and they
have
deliberated.
you have to
They-
suspend disbelief. I've never even seen it, but you have to suspend some fucking disbelief
No,
to watch.
you don't.
It's
There's
a
no
superhero
reason.
movie about mutants.
You had
it's so
to drive.
stupid immediately.
You
Luke.
had to
They
drive.
wrote themselves in a corner. They wrote themselves in a corner.
You had just go back in with the same two. Just go back in with the fast
I'm
guy.
on Billy's side.
So-
you know what? This is a great
no,
movie.
No,
They
Fuck
fucking-
Luke.
it's not a great
Fuck,
movie.
hold
on, finish, Luke.
Hold on. It's not a great movie. And the thing I pointed out to him was this literally when we were watching it. I was
keep
like,
going, keep going.
So they send girl and they send out teleporter guy
send
to
girl.
go in there to save
That's
the
her
stuff,
superpower?
right? Her
She's a
job,
girl.
Her name's Marvel Girl. It's not a fucking good code name. Let's just go with girl. So girl goes in there and her whole job is to keep the ship together. Why? Who knows? So she's in there
So she
just
has something to do.
focusing, holding the ship together, repairing it, actually. If they just sent her on there the first trip, she might have fixed it. They could have flown out of the way. But anyways, the teleporting guy is taking his time teleporting around to get to the captain instead of just teleporting from A to B. And he fucking finally gets there. And as he gets there, that's when the ship finally blows. And then she gets blown half to death. but now she's possessed, and then the movie picks up from there, and it's boring
Why
writing.
is she possessed? Hold on. Whoa. You can't just fucking frost over her getting possessed
The
part.
reason why they send Jean and Nightcrawler back in there.
Girl
Thank you,
like
Billy.
teleport
Thank you,
boy.
Billy. Thank you,
Oh,
Billy.
I didn't
for-
know who he was talking about until you said Nightcrawler. Thank you, Billy. Because this motherfucker's over here using code names for the mutants that I know.
Here's teleport dude and girl.
Yeah.
So
At
they're
least
like-
mention he's blue, and I'll start doing the math in my head.
So they go,
Fuckface.
They go, Gene, you got to hold the ship together. And Nightcrawler grab him, and I don't know why they didn't send Quicksilver because he's the fastest fucker in the whole thing.
He could have gotten to the captain by the
you
time
had your
she
turn. Give
repaired
Billy
the
his
ship.
turn.
They wrote themselves in a corner.
The most hilarious part of that scene is when the Nightcrawler approaches the captain. He's literally still trying to fix something on the ship, and when he turns the captain around, the captain's like, "What the fuck?" And this whole ship is like literally ripped apart in half, and he's like turns around like he knew nothing what was happening at all. So Jean,
That's some bullshit.
So
That is some bullshit.
Nightcrawler goes back, and he doesn't grab Jean in time, so she gets possessed by this entity called the Phoenix. She gets back on the ship, and everything should be fine from there. But then the thing like possesses her, and it like ends up becoming like evil entity. It's fucking stupid.
It's just the last stand, dude. It's
The
This movie
source,
sounds retarded.
the source material is dog shit, but for the love of God,
Fuck
these
this movie.
Okay, the comics
I'm glad you're
are
ruining all of it.
fantastic.
The comics are
when it comes
fantastic.
to the Phoenix.
Yeah,
It's
the
brilliantly
Phoenix-
written. Every single saga
the Phoenix
involving
comics
it's
are
been
awesome.
awesome.
Have you guys
But
read
the
the
movie
books?
was whack as
Have you
shit.
guys read the books?
Fuck
'Cause
you,
the,
Cody.
The books are so much better, guys.
so
The
all right.
books are way better.
They're graphic
Oh my
novels.
god, if you read the source material,
This is what
I didn't. I'm basing it on their dog shit movie, Luke. I don't need to read their goddamn comic books.
This is what you get for being devil's advocate to the flat earther.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
it is. Not devil's advocate. This motherfucker teamed up with him and started fashioning aluminum foil jewelry that he was gonna fucking take to the Antarctic wall and fight the space police.
Just
to get
trying
on
to
the other
save
side.
you from the Enochians, you idiot.
Shut the fuck up, Luke. Billy, please continue.
It's an alright movie. The
No,
source,
it's not.
The source material is like terrible, but the actors tried their fucking best.
Okay.
Like if I can get a whole movie of like Magneto and Professor X just talking to each other, I'd be fine with that.
just sitting around at a coffee table
Yes.
talking to
That's
each other.
how the movie ends.
Yeah, they're playing chess. That's how it ends. and
my
I would
God.
honestly watch that for an hour.
So
and a
hold
half.
on. So
They've already done
this
that.
timeline. Okay, something that fucks me up about this. This timeline happens in what 1992
Well, they
or
re-
some
they-
bullshit,
they
and then
read-
the new ones were fucking what's his name? Gandalf is playing
what-
fucking
what
Magneto like 20 years later.
What everyone seems to always forget when thinking about this movie is that they did Days
a
of
movie?
Future. No, they did.
well, if you read the books, you would actually know that.
I'm gonna-
200
I
years
will
old.
beat your ass right now. You want these hands? Anyways,
Those soft, tiny
do
little
you
hands.
remember the movie
soft,
Days of
freckled
Future
fucking
Past?
knuckles.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
they
That
were soft.
retconned
He's
all
right
of
though.
it.
He's right though.
Days of Future
They
Past,
covered all of that.
rewritten everything.
Yeah, they retcon the whole thing.
God, I just don't care.
Because the X-Men movies are ass.
Luke, don't you fucking say that.
They're ass.
Whatever.
The
Drink your
only
water.
good
Calm
ones
down.
were
Drink your water.
First
X2.
Class and Days of Future Past.
Nobody.
that
I've
was
never-
Wrong.
Those were good
wrong.
films.
Actually, you're right. You're right.
I know
Those are
I'm
good
right.
films.
I
First
know I'm
Class
right.
was amazing.
You guys didn't
First
think the
Class is
first
fucking
two
awesome.
movies were good?
I know.
X-Men 1 and 2.
I love
No.
them. No, I like them. Yeah.
The first,
No, I did.
the first one was the best of the trilogy.
I thought they were fantastic.
I thought some of the character portrayals were kind of shit, like Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Originally,
Iceman.
I was like, Iceman. I was like, yo, why does Sabretooth like not talk
Yeah,
at all?
yeah.
Like, he's supposed to be this big person, this big villain that
Deadpool's-
Wolverine, you know,
He didn't
like,
even meow.
Deadpool's depiction.
yeah, like the
that was
Deadpool,
whack.
the original Deadpool role was trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That
they
was some
even made
fucked up
fun of
shit.
it in the newer Deadpool movies.
Which
Yeah.
is good.
Like, I really appreciate.
Didn't Ryan Reynolds also play Deadpool
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
original?
Yeah.
fucking
So wait, Nick,
So-
piece
Nick,
of shit version of Deadpool?
You saw a movie?
I saw a movie.
Yeah.
I saw.
I've seen several actually.
You've seen at least two. I saw him see Endgame.
Endgame is
Yeah.
so good.
I cried
Do you
as
know?
fuck.
I
So
cried. I
A
cried really
bunch
hard.
in Endgame.
Cried like a real ass
the
man.
new
during that.
Spider-Man movie
Pussies.
is supposed to be the end of the whole Infinity Saga.
Yeah,
so you
it's-
got to go see it. And
it's
then the
the end
third
of Phase
one-
3.
Yeah, and then the Phase 4.
Yeah,
At,
Phase
at the
4.
end of the of this one, like his saga or no, the trilogy. There's a trilogy. There's 9 movies apparently for Spider-Man, and the third one is about introducing Deadpool or Venom into it. Like Tom
Really?
Hardy's Venom.
I heard
or,
Venom was the likely candidate over Deadpool.
Was
I
that
don't know.
Venom movie any good? Did anybody
No,
see
it was.
that?
I love Venom, but that movie was fucking.
There was parts of it
god-awful.
that were really good, and there was parts of it that was like, why the fuck is this happening?
Yeah.
It had-
I'll agree with that. Yeah.
It had really good bits and pieces of what you wanted in a
Yeah.
Venom film,
Yeah.
but there were pieces where you're like, why did you do this?
Yeah, like Venom
Like
talking
what?
about turning people into turds.
Yeah, like a turd.
What?
In the
Like a
wind.
turd.
Yes.
What? What is this dialogue dog shit
Well,
that you're
okay,
talking about?
Yeah.
So Cody doesn't watch any movies.
You know how Venom. You know how Venom.
Cody's like, I saw Mallrats. It was really good.
I look like I made Mallrats.
Yes.
Or at least acted as an extra in it.
unless it's a
He played
documentary about black metal or black metal musicians, I ain't watching.
Did you see that new one they just came out with, that black metal movie?
Yeah, yeah.
Was it?
I saw
Of course
Lords of
he did.
Chaos. It
Of
was
course
pretty
he
good.
did.
Oh,
I mean,
they're
we talked
making-
about it on the podcast.
Cody
you
never
fucking
shuts the
idiot.
fuck up.
Forget about.
He never shuts the fuck up.
They're
about
making a
it.
sequel to it.
Of
How do
course
you make
they-
a sequel?
Yeah, they're making a sequel to the fucking Varg Vikernes. What's the sequel? Varg Vikernes getting all Nazi'd up in jail and then coming out and making hate videos and moving to France and fucking talking about
Nah,
killing Euronymous?
it's just three.
I
It's
mean,
a
what if it
3-hour
is?
clip of a skeleton buried in dirt.
Isn't one of the?
I mean, there's Dissection is the story they should tell. John Nodeveit's the real crazy one because if you listen to Dissection, there were like a Swedish black metal band before he went to jail for stabbing a dude to death in a
You
park.
bring up black
Here
Went
we
to
go.
metal
jail
once,
for
and Cody just
19
goes on a
years,
roll.
gets
Here we
out,
go.
restarts a cult that he was already a part of, and then fucking like kills himself. They find his body in like a ring of chalk, fucking made into a pentagram with some grimoire that he was writing for his fucking corny cult, whatever the fuck. But it's a really good goddamn album and shit.
Sick.
That's what they should make the next movie about, and not make it as
So
corny
essentially,
and
what
cheesy.
you just told me is we are in a band full of pussies, and we need to step it up.
Stab somebody, burn a church down. Come
Or
on.
kill one of your members.
Yeah.
Nick.
Nick, if you had to kill one of your someone in your band,
Oh
who would
fuck
it be?
me, dude.
If you had to. If you had to murder one person. Now wait.
You better
Kill,
fucking
marry,
hope they
hold
don't
on.
get
Who
killed
are you
soon.
gonna kill, marry, fuck? And
I'll kill, marry, fuck.
But be legit. Like let's say you
all right.
actually had to do.
I'm
this.
marrying. I am 100% marrying Ryan.
I'm marrying Cody.
Oh shit.
Why?
Yeah.
Biggest
You know
dick.
what? You know what? Hold on.
Biggest
Hold on.
dick.
Hold on. Cody, I am marrying Cody. That's stability right there.
Cody is stability.
He's a great dad.
He is.
He's not even a dad, but he's a great dad.
He's a great dad.
Nick,
He's our dad.
Nick's dying.
You'd kill Nick?
Me? Yeah.
Why would you kill Nick?
Just because.
Fucked up.
Because he
dude.
made me
I'm
drive.
sitting right here.
He made me drive backwards like today. So fuck him.
Oh, I did. I didn't.
drove
Well,
back.
Piece of shit.
yeah, fuck you.
He didn't bother telling me that he was not at his house, and I drove all the way to his house to pick him up. But I would fuck Ryan.
You would fuck him?
Yeah, I'd
you
fuck
would
Ryan.
fuck him like a dirty dog
Yes.
in Luke's dungeon.
I have a dungeon?
Sex
Oh
dungeon.
yeah, with Benjamin.
His name is Den.
Don't get his dog girlfriend's name wrong. All
His
right.
name is Den.
Talking about his fucking dog lady. You
Capital
put respect
D.
on his name and shit.
Lowercase E N. Den.
Hold on, wait, is the lowercase still on the N as well, or no?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
What the fuck?
Who are you gonna kill, Nick?
Yeah, Nick, who are you fucking?
Who am I
marrying?
gonna kill?
Yeah.
All right, I'm definitely marrying Cody because stability.
You just want to be taken care of, don't
Y'all are
you?
some
Yeah,
I want him
who
to-
doesn't?
diggers.
I want him to hold me.
You just want to be held.
I want to be held. I like to be Little Spoon, but it's irrelevant.
No, it's not.
I think I like to be. Hey, can I be real for? Can we be real for a second? Like being the little spoon's fucking dope.
Oh,
Dude,
it's the
I
best.
was
All right.
Little Spoon last Thursday.
It's fucking
and,
nice.
Man, just need that in my life.
Where the
more.
fuck was I, dude?
Y'all are gay.
Behind me.
You
I'm kidding. I'm
What?
kidding.
Just because
It's
your
not
dog
gay.
can't be the big spoon doesn't mean that we can't, as large men, every once and again appreciate
you're the
the
fucking
warmth of a woman
worst.
holding on to us and telling us that she loves you. Just because you fucking have to pretend that your dog going like "Bark, bark, 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 bark," is it's saying I love you in a soft, sweet voice. Doesn't mean we can't appreciate it. Doesn't make us gay. Luke makes you sad.
Den
Makes
isn't
you
a
sad.
loud dog.
That's what
He
it makes
doesn't
it.
bark.
All right, now we've cleared that up. Nick, who you gonna fucking kill? We gotta get to the end.
Who
of
am I
this.
gonna fuck? I'm probably gonna fuck Ryan.
Okay. And
It's
who
his
you killing?
smile. Who am I gonna kill?
why don't you both
boy.
just tag team him?
Oh my god.
I call the back.
If I was
Bareback.
Yeah.
Ryan
say
and
I like to
listening, I'd be
smile,
scared.
so.
Nick's rule is anything with a mouth.
You should.
Anything with a mouth.
Anything
with a mouth.
So
With
you're a
a mouth.
hedonist.
He said anything but the mouth, and I was like,
No,
no.
anything with
I
a
know
mouth.
Nick. Anything with a mouth.
Anything with a mouth.
It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
a good mouth either. Hair lip mouth. I mean, fucking
Hair lip
I have a
mouth.
mouth.
third
She can Joaquin Phoenix up in this bitch, and he's down.
Chernobyl mutant armpit mouth. All right, it works for me.
Armpit mouth.
Yes.
You
Fuck
know,
yes.
fucking armpits.
Who you killing?
Who am I
Could you
killing?
imagine if your armpits
Um,
were your mouth?
I'm probably gonna kill Billy
Yeah.
Why?
Why you guys
because
killing
he
each
and
other?
he and I argue the most.
Really? What are those
Because this
arguments like?
motherfucker is the motherfucking worst at remembering shit at all, dude. He is the fucking worst.
Give us the dirt.
Damn, that
And
sounds
then,
the
like
dirt.
fucking
and then
Cody.
no, and this motherfucker hates when I bring up shit more than once. It's like, yeah, because you guys fucking forget about it, dude.
Sounds like fucking Luke.
Yeah, it does sound like
Like,
no, you should be high-fiving Nick. I know you just forgot that that's you.
Like-
So high-five Nick.
I don't know how many times I
we'll
come
go.
up with ideas or
Luke,
state.
don't leave me hanging,
Uh,
please. Thank you.
I will high five,
Okay,
just to
thank you.
high five you, not to agree with Cody,
literally-
because I bring up things as well, and I state things that need to be done, and then like a week will come by, and Cody's like, "We need to do this, and we need to focus on this." It's like, yeah, I fucking said it last week.
yeah, but I say it with balls, Luke. You maybe we should.
No, you're just dumb, and you can't remember shit.
If you read the source podcast material, the way that I actually
said that we shut the fuck up, Luke. Fucking freckles and you
Like,
I
goddamn
will
red hair.
fight you, Cody. It will happen.
Did you just hit puberty in the middle of that scream?
No, I had a hiccup.
I will fight you, Cody.
That's not what happened. I had a
That's what he
hiccup.
sounds like.
You're just changing the whole event now.
but like, we
Will
were.
you guys just fucking fight?
Why do you
I
guys?
will do it.
What are the fights about usually? Just Nick forgetting everything, or
Yes.
like?
Yes, 120% Nick forgetting everything.
And you'd kill him over that.
Yes.
I
You don't-
understand
no,
that.
no, and then also like I would like
I understand
so
that.
like put it this way. I go, hey, we have this song. I don't have a title for it, and it's already done. The song's fucking done. And I sent him the clip of the song and the lyrics like 2 weeks ago. No, like a week ago.
This happened.
Yeah, and then like literally he goes, I think that part should repeat itself rather than being like that. I'm like, I think it's a little fucking late for that right now, dude. It's done.
Like, yeah,
Like, it's
okay, so,
fucking-
like,
We already
I
sold
recorded
4
that,
shirts
yeah.
with the goddamn new album on it.
Like, god damn it. And then like we were discussing whether we should change our Facebook page to red before we put out the song. He's like, we already talked about this. I said no. And I was like, I got told by somebody else yes. And he was like, no, you didn't. And I screenshotted our chat like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he-
Damn.
Nick, your rebuttal.
Fucking called out, man.
he has no rebuttal. He forgets shit all the time.
Or just
What's your defense? What's your defense?
Give
What
him a
we gotta
second.
say for
Give
yourself,
him a
Nick?
second.
So my defense is, all right. I'm gonna start my 3-part defense
Oh, fuck
with
me.
saying
You got a
first
PowerPoint?
it's sort of. Billy doesn't smoke weed, so he has this.
Oh.
All right, Luke.
So he doesn't chill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Keep
So
going.
He has this really, really fucking strange memory where he will bring it back like
Good memory.
yeah. It's oddly great because he doesn't, do
Smoke weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That. And he
You're
will
forgetting
bring
to-
something up 3 weeks later and he's like, Nick, I would expect you to remember this. And I'm like, dude, I forgot it 2 days after we talked about it. And that's bullshit because Billy knows.
That I'm getting blackout
Yeah.
drunk every
No,
day.
but hold
I don't know. Well, fuck,
hold on,
fuck
hold
you,
on.
Cody.
And I'm trying to slay hoes. I'm
I
not
wouldn't-
trying to pay attention to what you're
I
saying to me,
wouldn't-
Billy. That's taken away from all these titty pictures.
I wouldn't be.
How am I supposed to listen to the conversation about the bands when I'm getting all these titty pictures and I'm getting blackout drunk every day? Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, Billy, this is all your fault.
Cody,
I wouldn't
I think
be-
I've summed up
I
Nick's
wouldn't-
argument.
I would not
fairly well.
be-
Yes.
as mad like as I am when I bring shit up if he didn't get as combative as he did about when I bring shit up.
That's usually when I haven't smoked.
Okay.
And it's always in the moment. And it's
When
always
you do, you're just forgetting everything.
Yeah, I'm like,
And
fuck you, Billy. I thought we talked about this shit, man.
It's
And he's
always
like, yeah,
in
we
the most-
did, you asshole.
it's
like,
always in the most passive aggressive 15-year-old girl bullshit ass way where he will stop responding to me like on Facebook and then the next day he'll be like, sup? And I'm just like,
Hell
fuck
yeah.
you, dude. Fuck you.
hell yeah.
Do you guys hug
It's
it
like,
out?
I can get away with that with you.
Well, every time we see each other we hug it out.
Oh, always.
Did you whisper in each other's ear like, it's okay, baby?
No, I'd fuck him.
You'd fuck him?
Yeah, we fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fuck.
It's
Yeah,
what
it
brings our
happens.
band together. You guys should do this for the podcast.
Hardcore gay shit.
Yeah.
What's
hardcore
the
gay
other
shit.
two parts
We
of
did
your
the
argument?
Olympics. So.
Yeah. What's the other two parts?
Yeah,
Parts
let's
of
hear
my
it.
defense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, the first part was Billy doesn't smoke weed. The second part was the fact that I smoke.
You didn't get this
lot
far.
of weed.
And he forgot the third part
And-
because
You know,
the
weed.
third part is
He's making this shit up on the fly.
Yeah, what do you got?
that
Let
making this
Air
up
out
on the
the-
fly.
the
I
laundry.
wanted there to be a 3-part defense, but there wasn't. Really it's just the fact that I smoke too much weed.
All the evidence
And
is circumstantial.
It's literally like I don't message the group chat anymore when we have shit we have to do. I message everybody individually. Because I'm just like, I know I have to cater to each person differently. And I have to say certain things a certain way to this person.
God.
And then to him, I'll have to say a new thing every day.
You're like a mom.
I'm a dad.
who's
Nah,
got
you're
the
a
littlest
mom.
dick
You're
in
a
the band?
mommy.
Ah, damn it.
Littlest dick in the band.
Oh,
Who's
little
got
stick in
it?
the band? It's probably me. Yeah, probably me. Yeah, I got a little dick.
I'm not gonna comment on
Nick's got a huge dick.
that. Shut
How
the
big
fuck
is
up,
Nick's
Billy.
dick? If you could just
How big is your dick?
in inches?
Well, actually, no, hold on. Drew Thomason and I both got low dicks.
Yeah.
We're tiny meat.
Don't
club.
fucking bring
Wait, how do
Drew
you
into
guys
this.
know
No,
what the
he-
size
no,
of
no,
each
no,
other's
no.
dicks
Did
are?
he
We
say?
literally- Yeah, we literally will point that out. That we're proud. We're little and proud.
No, yeah. I understand. Little Dick
What?
Nation over here,
Ain't
but
the size of the boat, dude. It's the motion of the fucking ocean. I got a lot of ocean to move.
Why do you guys know the size of each other's dicks?
No, we just know each other.
because they just told you that they fucked. All right, moving on. How big is Nick's dick? Let's talk about
Why
it.
do we have to move on with that? I don't
No,
understand.
moving forward. Give me
See, no,
measurements.
the best part
I
is
don't
this,
think that's moving on at
this,
all.
this motherfucker can be so like open about a ton of shit, but as soon as you bring up anything involving his dick, he's like, "All right, no,
Yeah, we don't have to
alright."
talk
How do you
about it.
How do
Not
you
his
shave?
big giant winky or
Ask
his nipples.
someone else.
Hey,
Don't ask
Nick,
me.
How do you
Don't
shave
bring
your
up his
balls?
nipples. He
How do you-
hates that.
I don't, man.
Nick,
that is so
I-
terrifying to
You
me.
don't shave your
You
balls.
don't shave your dick.
I use scissors.
Scissors.
For anyone watching.
So you've never
Just
gone a
big-
clean
big-
shave. You trim.
Fuck, dude, that's scary as fuck. Look at my face. I don't shave. I don't use straight
That's what his
razors,
dick
bro.
looks like, Nick. What? Luke. He's got a big beard around its mouth.
Look, Nick, this is what
Dick
his
has
dick
a mouth
looks
with
like.
teeth in it.
No, I definitely trim my my
Pubis.
yeah, my pubis, my mons, if you will.
My mom.
I trim that way more than I trim my face.
But
ever.
Oh,
So
I don't.
you bring a giant fucking pair of scissors, or are you talking
Meat
about
shears,
like
Pat. Meat shears.
you bring meat shears next to your hot dog?
Good lord.
I haven't
No, it's
seen.
not- it's not
I
meat
haven't
shears.
seen it, but I've heard reviews, and I mean, 5-star.
5-star penis.
He's got a 5-star dick.
Stop it.
You're bashful.
I hope that like 100% of your family listens to this.
Why the
I
fuck?
mean, well, I've grabbed Cody's dick before at work.
My dick, it's not a good dick. It's
Nah,
It's
there was
like
a lot of
crumpled.
denim to get through.
Yeah, I mean,
like
because there's
paper.
mostly denim, no dick. It's just a regular old
All
American
denim, no
standard.
Yeah.
Here's your 6-inch regular dick. That's
I-
my
like-
dick.
It's like
right
the
there.
starter gun in a video
Free
game.
package.
Like
No
I have the Ford F-150 of dicks. Like it's just a
No, he's
classic
got the
American.
Ford Ranger of dicks.
No,
not an
it's
F-150,
more like
it's
a
a
Ford
Ranger.
Fusion of dicks. All right.
Ford Fusion.
Let's be honest. It's
No.
a Ford Fiesta of cock.
Yeah, I've got
There
the
you
Ford
go.
Fiesta at Cox, and Nick's got the fucking
F350.
Kia Soul.
He's got the
Kia Soul.
F920
Got
of
the
dicks.
Kia Soul.
Don't even say that. My fucking grandpa drives a Kia Soul.
Yes.
So my
My
grandpa's
brother
just
drives a
driving my
Kia
cock
Soul.
around. Yes, he does.
He does. It's a
He
big
does.
old white one.
Now he's got a truck now too, right?
He does.
Now we're on cars.
So he drives your dick and my dick.
Back to
Oh,
dicks, Luke.
he's riding
Here we
dicks. Riding dicks.
Circles around. It's never stopped.
You wanna
Okay,
take a
never
quick-
hold
stops.
on. What about you guys?
What?
I just told you the exact size and inches of my dick. Do you want to hear it
Do you
again?
have the littlest dick on the podcast?
I know because I've touched it.
Probably. No, I know. Yeah, it's probably the littlest dick on the podcast for sure.
I don't have a penis.
Pat
like
never
an
has talked
alien.
about his dick, but
Dope.
Luke's also
I have
revealed
4
his
short.
his
What?
measurement on the podcast. Me and Luke have
I
both
was
said
just about
in
to say
inches
I've
how big
measured
our
it.
dick is because I
Flaccid
don't
or
care.
erect?
Come on, you fucking measure your dick?
I have.
Shut the fuck up, Pat.
By
Shut
yourself?
your.
Everyone
How have you
has
not
measured
heard
their
it?
dick.
I'm just
I've
kidding.
talked
Pat's
about
like, I
this.
just measure it by how much it swings back and forth between my ankles.
I don't care.
I just know if it
Pat's
hits
got
my
a big,
knees.
giant fucking Cincinnati Zoo animal dick.
So what
For
you're
sure.
saying? So hold
For
on.
sure, Pat has a big, giant Cincinnati Zoo
No, so
animal
you're
dick.
saying-
I know that without Pat ever telling me. Pat's never bragged once about his big, gigantic schlong, and I know he's got a fat donkey dick in his pants. There's no way he doesn't.
No
What I-
dick.
What I'm picturing is a pendulum
Knowing
dick.
Pat over the years, there's no way Pat's not packing
he's
fat
no.
Queen City sausage meat.
He's got
tweets his tight, skinny
gentleman's
jeans.
sausage.
He's
Hey,
when
Pat,
he
he's got a grandfather cock.
listen to me. When he on his good days, he gets
It's a pendulum of
On
a
his
pendulum
good-
of cock, if you will.
on his good
Jesus
days.
fuck.
He gets bruises on the insides of his knees.
So what you're saying? So what you're saying is like when Pat walks into his room, his cock walks in 2 minutes before him.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Hey, big dick energy, guys.
I felt
Am I right?
it.
Am
felt
I right,
it in here.
guys?
I felt it in here. I want to be nestled by it.
Pat can't get all the. He's never actually been to the bottom of a.
Goodness.
It's just mostly like, ow! I can feel it. It's in my heart. It's in my heart. It's all the way in my chest.
And I'm gonna ask
You're
this.
7
Pat,
ribs deep. Take it out. I'm done.
I'm gonna ask this as probably the two guys who wear the skinniest pants in the room.
Dude, it has just enough room.
Do you wear compression shorts as well?
No, I mean I wear boxer briefs. Is that what you're talking about?
No, like
No, he wears like Nike
here,
compression shorts.
What the fuck are you talking
And
about?
then you wear skinny jeans, bro. Are you?
like spandex, bro.
I mean,
Show me
They're
what you got.
wearing
Show me what you
opposite
got.
colors of the same fucking spandex
dude,
right
we're
now.
big dick
like,
gang.
These
Big
are like
dick brothers
Am I
over
right?
here.
it needs to be,
No, I don't know. I've got a little dick. Don't tell me so that I can fucking
It's like a fucking
pretend
hot dog in a cave
I
or
can have
whatever. that fucking
dreams about
expression is.
having a big
Hot
dick and wake
dog
up all sad.
Dude, like legitimately,
For
if
Cody.
a girl overreacts to like any kind of sex I have with her, I go, come on,
Yeah, don't be fucking ridiculous.
don't
Come on.
patronize me.
yeah, don't patronize.
They turn into like,
I know I'm fine, but come on
baby
with the
girl, it's not that
scream.
They're like, oh, and I'm like, no.
Yeah,
No.
no.
Who you fooling?
I don't
Not
know what
me.
this-
That's who.
Also, I'd like
Facade
that would
is-
be, it's gonna be fucked. Is if like any of the children we work with listen to this episode.
They already do listen to
Wait,
the
are you
show.
serious? You have fucking high schoolers that are listening to this fucking podcast?
Dope. And
The
we're talking
fuck
about
are you
exactly what
doing?
our dicks look
They're,
like.
they're
I'm basically
super
painted a picture of
fucking
my cock.
opinionated too.
I work
Talk
in
about your dick some more.
Cody and I work in a kitchen.
Yeah, we basically only talk about our dicks all day long.
Yeah, we work with high school kids.
I had a dick problem that made
you
me
guys
leave.
should not be talking about this.
Nick,
Yeah.
we said this at
Oh,
work.
So speaking of work, so those two dickheads that were at work,
Let's talk about work.
No. This is connected. So
Yeah,
they were.
important.
He was asking about the show because he heard the bastard sermon brought up.
Yeah.
And he asked for a sticker, so I gave him a sticker, and I really hope he checks that episode out. So Deontay, if you're listening, fuck you, dude. Glad you're out, bro.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Hell yeah.
Giving shouts outs to 17-year-olds that you work
He's
with.
not a
No.
17-year-old.
No,
so.
this was a dude
Oh,
that
yeah.
came into our work and was kind of shitty about it.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
happened? Tell us.
Oh, fuck you, Pat. I know you don't want to hear about this shit.
Yeah,
really
I do.
don't.
I
You
do.
definitely just can't just,
That stuff's
leave
just
that
weird.
hanging.
I fucking, I want the
So,
$411. You know what
all
I'm
right,
saying?
god damn it, dude.
Give me that juicy shit.
We
bro.
got
not
time for this.
juicy.
I want to know.
Dude, god damn it, man. I fucking, all right. Fuck me.
Here's what Luke does every week, though.
Really?
And he drives to come here.
Yeah, that's true.
What?
He drives hella far. Sorry, keep going with your
Yeah. What happened?
These two dudes came into our work because we had like 4 people on vacation at the same time to fill in and help us as managers. And they like overstepped their boundaries and
This
they
is
were
the
just,
episode where they both get fired. Sorry, keep going.
Do it!
they overstepped.
They listen.
I dare you!
Neither one of them have control on firing us.
Cocksuckers.
But since I haven't said what company I work for, and I
No,
haven't
yeah,
said
you're
any
fine.
names, so I'm good.
Yeah.
These two pricks walked in, and they just like were telling everybody they were swatting us, which means that they were helping a shitty theater improve, even though our establishment is well off at the moment. And they just didn't do shit. They had their backs turned to like customers the whole time. They were openly on their phones on the fucking floor. and just like sat in the office for long extended periods of times when you always got to be on the floor, and they just fucking were useless for a whole week, and they were supposed to be there for 3 weeks. We sent them home after 5 days.
Hell yeah.
Good riddance.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
You guys want to take a quick break? I have to piss so fucking bad.
I do have to piss, but really quickly, since
sword
we were on
fight?
the topic of work and dicks, I had a dick issue. We were talking about this.
Fuck! I gotta piss so bad. That's not fair. I want to
Okay.
hear the dick story.
We'll try to get back into the dick story when we come back from the break.
Damn.
It's a great story.
All right.
I have so many dick.
It is
Come
a
on.
fine story.
It's a great show.
Shut the fuck up, Cody. We'll be back after this.
And we're back. All right, this episode, as all episodes, is sponsored by Kneel to No One or Anthony Take Mansfield. That's I'm wearing his shirt right now. If you check it out on the YouTube screen, it's Kneel to No One. He's got a bunch of great shirts, a bunch of great glassware, which Billy and Pat are holding up right now. You can either get a hot Thulu glass, a little 16-ounce sifter glass. It's got dope-ass art on it. He's got enamel pins. He's got fucking T-shirts of all different varieties. You can buy some custom art from him. Solid fucking dude. He'll be on the next episode, actually, with Danny Babcock. And it's going to be a good time talking about art with that motherfucker. I can't wait for it. Love that dude. Always buy his shit. If you buy it, tag the bastard sermon. Let us know that you're fucking, that these ads mean something and whatnot. All right, back into the episode. We were talking right before we turned the mics off about dick stories, and I have a decent
What happened?
one. I'll let Nick set it up because I sent Nick a message, and then I'll tell you the backstory after Nick tells you what happened to him first thing in the goddamn morning.
Okay, so I think it was around like 10:30 in the morning. I get a message from Cody. Hey man, I'm going to the ER.
Not the ER.
Was it? No,
I went to
it wasn't
urgent
ER.
care.
Urgent care. Okay.
Going to the doctor, I think. is what
Urgent
I said.
care. It's one step below ER. For your dick.
Kind of the same thing.
For your fucking dick. And so it's about 10:30 in the morning. It says, "Hey, I'm going to urgent care. It's it's pretty bad." And that's all it really was like the first message was, "I'm going to urgent care. I just want to let you know if I'm a little bit late to work. That's why."
Let me pull up the
Going to
actual
urgent care. Yeah.
conversation.
Let's get our sources right here because this was not recent enough for me
Also,
to remember.
this
We just
goes
talked
into-
about my memory and it's pretty.
This also
shit,
goes
so.
into Nick's memory sucking because it happens in this conversation, which is kind of a funny
Yeah.
little side transition
Yeah,
thing. Okay, so I said,
It's terrible. It's terrible.
He's like,
memory.
move on.
so the first message, this was at 1:22 p.m. I'm at urgent care getting something looked at that I need to get taken care of. I don't know if you're in today, but if not, can you pass that message on to Scott? I don't have his number, and I'll bring the doctor's note with me. He said, "Are you able to work?" And I said, "Yeah, it's a dick issue, but I have to get it looked at immediately. I'm in the office now of the doctor, I mean." He said, "Okay, I'll see if I can," and that's the stutters or how I assume that he said it as he was typing it out. "Okay, I'll see if I can find someone to cover." And I said, "I don't know how long this shit will take, but as soon as I'm done, I'm heading to work. I'll have the note." "Okay, so are you able to work after the doctors or no?" "Nick, it says in the previous message, yes, I'm coming to work." "Yes, like I said, I'm just going to be late because of having to go." Okay, I
Billy
was
called
confused.
you out, bro.
Yes, he did.
Okay, I was confused. You were confused. It's not like we had this conversation face to face. It's in writing. Scroll up one tiny, just move your thumb a half an inch, and you'll see that I will be coming to work promptly after getting my diseased dick looked at.
Welcome to my life.
Well, if you would have led with the fucking rancid dick, Luke.
Would you believe him though? Would you really believe him if he said, "Hey, I'm having a dick issue"?
I would
bro.
believe
I'm not-"
Cody.
You would.
Yeah.
Why? No one makes up that lie to say that I'm late for
No.
work. Okay, I tell the truth. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Hey, look,
If
get
he
my
was
cock
like,
looked
yo,
at."
like,
That's a
my
brand new
wiener
one.
hurts.
Is your dick okay?
It is okay. So, but I didn't
Hey.
think it was okay for like a week.
What was
and I
wrong with
didn't-
it?
Yeah. What happened?
So here's
Walk
what
us through
happens.
it.
Let me set the whole story up. Right before I'm scheduled to come into work, I think at 3 that day. So I hit Nick up at 1:30 or whatever. Prior to this, I guess I hadn't been paying attention to my dong and whatnot, and I fucking I'm about to engage in some sexual relations, and I reached down to grab my dick, right, which is now hard, and I didn't notice anything, just feeling my dick in my pants or whatever, pull my dick out and touch it, and my dick's a lot wider on one side than it normally, like it's
Wider?
got wider, WIDER, like a little swollen on one side, and it's significant. I look down, I've got a big puffy like little fucking dick on the left side, and I was like, this is nice. This is what I've been praying to God for since I was young. But am concerned about it and looked at it, and there's just a whole like the where the foreskin used to be all swollen up and looking like I just got a bee sting on my cock, and I was like, oh no, what the fuck is this? And it went right from sexy time to Cody's having a panic attack in the basement time. And I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm like, what
Drinking
the fuck?
everything he sees.
It's not how I deal with all my problems, Luke.
Listerine!
I don't look at my dick and be like, oh, well, I'm just going to drink that problem away. No. Okay, most problems. I'm like shitting blood. Well, I have a fucking couple of vodka Collins about it and see if it... Nope, still worse tomorrow. A couple more, and we'll see what happens, and we'll fucking like some prayers about it on Facebook and whatnot. I ain't going to the doctor, but my dick swells up on one side like I got a bee sting. Nothing happened. I don't remember getting no dick injury. I don't remember nobody kneeing me in the dick. Time to go to urgent care for the first time in 15 years.
Man, bad enough for you to want to go to the doctor.
Yeah, but I'm having a fucking complete panic attack. So like,
I
I'm
didn't
shaking.
know it was that serious.
I'm shaking. I'm freaking the
It's
fuck
his
out.
dick, Nick.
He should have led with that, Luke. He should have led with, yo, my dick is fucking hurt.
My dick's got some shit, dude.
I said it's a dick issue.
Got
Now,
some shit
It's
on
a
my dick.
issue. He was like, no, I'm going to urgent care. Like, okay, you fucking stubbed your toe, you pussy.
No, this
like, no, like my dick hurts.
Dude,
I'm
this
growing
story
a new
gets
dick.
significantly more funny here in a moment. So I can't drive myself because I'm having such a fucking like wheezing bitch-made panic attack that I have to call my mommy to come and
Did you
have
cry?
her take me. And the whole time she's like, sweetie, what's wrong? And I was like, it's my dick, Mom. It's my dick. Don't ask about it. And she's like, did you show it to Papaw? Because I live with my grandpa. I call him Papaw. Did you show Papaw? No, I'm not showing my 89-year-old grandpa my puffy dick, Mom. That's not how we handle things. I'm going to go to the urgent care and see if they can fucking give me some shitty advice on how to fix this. And I go to the urgent care, and I'm fucking waiting in there, and I'm just like, I'm freaking out about what could be possibly wrong with my dick or whatever.
Were you alone at urgent care?
No,
And did you
my
cry?
mommy was with me.
Did you
And then
cry?
Fucking the doctor
In
lets
the
me in
waiting
the
room?
back, and this
Fuck,
lady,
dude.
I don't know if she was of some type of Asian descent, but she was right off the boat. Let's say barely speaking English.
Jesus.
Barely speaking English, okay? And I have to tell this lady because she's like, you smoke? And I was like, yeah, I smoke. You drink? And I was like, yeah. And she's checking off her list. So, what bring you to the doctor today? And I was like, she's just looking at me. And I'm like, and I'm just like kind of pantomiming.
Not
towards my
being
dick.
an adult
It's
and
my
saying
dick.
your dick.
And then I was just like, I'm having a problem with my penis. And I realized, and she was like, oh, okay. And then writes down, like, I just assumed penis in big letters and draws a little dick. And then she walks out of the room. And I was like, okay, that was
Anything
weird
I
and
get the point
uncomfortable.
across.
Now,
Dots the eye with a dick.
Yes, sir.
and then fucking, like, I'm sitting there worrying about the health of my cock in this fucking cold room, and I'm having anxiety. I don't know what's going on. And then fucking Gandalf the White walks in with a fucking lab coat on. Like, I'm supposed to take this dude seriously with his beard all the way down to his chest and shit, all grayed up and whatnot. He's like, what seems to be the problem today? And I was like, it's my penis. It's kind of swole up. I don't know what the problem is. He's like, well, let's take a look at your penis then. I'm going to sit in this chair and you pull your pants down and show me your penis. And I was like, oh, God, this is hilariously awkward. All right, so I pull my little dick out, and it's all puffed up and swollen. And this man grabs my dick like it's a piece of fucking lumber that he's just jabbing over, like just picking up and throwing into the back.
Like
He's about to
yanks you
throw my dick
closer?
into the back of a fucking shopping cart or the back of a truck or something. He's pinching the tip. He's moving it. There doesn't seem to be any discharge on this penis. And he's like, well, it doesn't seem to be sexual. And he's pulling it apart and he's stretching it. And he was like, does that hurt? And I was like, it didn't until you started stretching on the puffy part, you fucking Jesus Christ. And he's playing with it, and he's like, it doesn't, I mean, is it
Playing
raw?
with
Does
it.
it hurt? He's fucking pecking at it and shit like that. I'm just like,
Cody's
I can
got
feel.
a chub now at this
And
point.
he's sitting down, I'm standing up, and his long beard is just about to tickle the tip of my penis. And I was like,
And then
please
he's about
back
to
up.
bust a load on his face. Get out of here,
Please
old
back
man.
up.
Back up. Back up. I'm gonna come.
I was soft. I was soft as rotted meat, and it was retracting in me. It was even smaller, like, you know that doctor's office dick. Pat,
You
Nick,
cannot afford
I
to
know
get
you
much
guys don't know what
smaller,
I'm
but-
talking about, but Billy, you know the doctor's office dick. It's even smaller than it normally is, and even more shame fills your body watching another grown man poking prod at your dick.
That's
Doctor's
actually-
office dick is a real medical sentence.
That's actually when my dick is the biggest.
when I'm trying to present
When it
for the
knows,
doctor.
hot.
when his nose, it's on display.
And then he was like, I'm noticing.
All right, here we go.
Well, he keeps poking and prodding and pulling apart. He's like, noticing like something that looks it's a little clear. It's a little clear. There's some it may be a blister. It doesn't look like a blister exactly. It's a little clear pustules. Clear pustules on the penis.
I'm imagining Deputy Dog examining your dick. Like,
Or like any classic like comedy Jewish doctor.
This is exactly what he sounds like. I'm not doing a
Fucking
racist
Whitey.
Jewish impression. This is what this man sounded
I was thinking
like.
of Whitey from fucking
That's what
Crazy
that's
Nights.
what I thought the whole time was.
That's
Whitey
who I thought was inspecting my dick, but with a beard. I was like, how is this possible right now that I could be even more embarrassed than I already am? And then he's like, it might be herpes. I mean, it kind of looks like herpes to me. And I was like, it doesn't look like. I've been Google searching dick issues. I've seen a couple herpes pictures. There's no fucking
Man,
sores.
you're a jackass.
But he says
you went
herpes.
to this doctor and he tells you what it could be, and you're like, well, I Googled it.
No. I didn't even say that. I'm thinking in my head, like, it doesn't look like herpes. My dick is swollen.
idiot.
He's like, well, it is swelling. I mean, it's not really a problem. I mean, you might think it's a problem, but for us seeing dicks all day that are swollen, this is the least of the swollen dicks. And pretty much is what he said. And I was just like, it doesn't make me feel any better. Can we do some tests, a little blood work and whatnot? He's like, you don't have insurance, so it's out of. I was like, I don't get it's about my dick, please. Whatever you got to do, I'll mortgage my grandpa's.
baby.
I'll legally mortgage my grandpa's house if it means my dick gets better. Please tell me what I have to do and what money I have to spend. I don't care if I have to sell my car. My dick's getting better. You know what? It's a dick problem. It's getting fixed. I don't care what it is. Like, what do you got to do? Yep, let's do it. So he's like, well, we're gonna have to. We'll do a little blood work, but I would like to take this cotton swab and on those clear pustules on your penis, I'm gonna scrape just a bit and try to open them up, and it's gonna be uncomfortable. And then he comes back in, cotton swabs, and just starts like really like cleaning pans at my work. Like they get these thick like tar-like sludges on. You gotta scrape with steel. Well, this is how he's treating my inflamed penis, and he's just going at it, just really trying to get some fucking blood. And
Man, he's gonna erase it till there's nothing there.
yeah.
That
is
honestly,
a nightmare.
that explains so much. Seeing you come into work after that.
Disappointed and defeated that a man just played with my dick for 40 minutes.
It was beyond disappointing.
And you didn't even
It
know.
was.
No, then he's
quiet.
like, it's probably
Mortified.
herpes. Let me give you some herpes medications and whatnot. He was like, well, actually, how do you work? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, you work in a hot area? You do?
In
I was like, I'm a
sweaty denim.
cook. And I was like, denim all the time. And he was like, well, it could be some rubbing generated by the penis, but I think maybe herpes. And I was like, I don't think it's fucking herpes, dude. Like, this shit would have happened way earlier in my relationship. He was like, it could have been in there for years, and now it's first now presenting. And I'm all scared about herpes. I get a phone call a week later. It's not herpes. Let me just blow that right now. It wasn't herpes. That fuckhead had me anxiety filled for a week, like just plotting the murder of my girlfriend. I was like, oh, well, she probably gave me herpes. I gotta kill her now. I'm trying to kill her. And then...
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is motive recorded for everyone forever.
Yeah, there you go.
Kidding. Joking, kidding.
No, he's not.
But I was like, what the fuck? How the fuck? So then I started wearing basketball shorts every day at work so that I'm not like rubbing my cock against denim and whatnot every day in
just
a sweaty
fucking
thing.
polyester, bud.
Immediately went away.
It's so
just
much
immediately
better.
went away. Everything's fine now. My dick is completely good. But in that moment, I thought that I had herpes. My dick was going to fall off. Dick cancer. Who knows what the fuck it is. But my favorite part was texting Nick about it and just being completely upfront about it's a dick issue. That's why I'm not at work.
That about you, bud.
Yeah, I'll tell him. It's a
Yeah.
dick
Hey,
issue.
I appreciated that.
He was-
Like, yo, I wish you would have led with that. Like, that would have made me like a lot less of a dick about it. To be honest.
Would you
Were you
tell him
shitty about it
it
at first? Tell me your side.
At first, I was like, why the fuck is you going to urgent care? Like, you're a pussy, dude. Like, you're just. I don't know. Would you fucking stub your toe while you were drunk? Like, I don't know. Like that's.
Oh, you want to talk about being a pussy? Hold on a second.
Oh, fuck
you. Want to
you.
talk about
Yeah.
being a pussy? Didn't you get beat up by a girl and then you had to leave early the other day?
Yeah. Well, I didn't remember.
You got beat up?
Tell us that story, Nick.
What
I
happened?
did got beat up. I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
That's that is
Come on,
that is
bro.
seriously the problem. Okay, so
He got his ass
It's
whooped
just us
upon by a
friends.
woman.
yeah,
And then his little knee hurt him.
You guys are my buds, my pals, but like, I wish I remembered. Like, if I could call this person and ask her if she remembered. Like, I mean, we could probably call Scott Airy.
What happened?
Like,
I don't know what's going
fucking,
on.
I got drunk for the real
You?
drunk for the first
Impossible.
time
I don't believe you.
in a long time. Well, I did that month of sobriety, and that was all well and good. And then I started drinking here and there afterwards. And this particular night, this Sunday night, a couple nights ago, I was wasted. Yeah, that. And I remember leaving the bar that we were at. Like, I remember getting in the car, and that is it.
What girl whooped your ass?
It's Ari whooped my ass.
She didn't even whoop his ass. She pulled him off a couch or
Well,
something.
yeah, like apparently,
Ari.
Like
apparently,
yanked you off?
Yeah.
Ari. Who's Ari?
Like, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk
No,
about her
let's talk
on the
about it now.
podcast.
No, let's
I'm
not.
kidding. I'm saying
She's not listening.
my point is let's
She's not
talk
listening.
about it.
It's my ex's sister.
Oh,
We're pretty close. She's like
that
my
sounds
sister.
like it.
She's like my sister, but like I was talking shit to like one of her friends, like, yeah, like I'm gonna beat your ass, you know, like I was being a dick, and Ari did not like that, and so she decided to pull me off of whatever piece of furniture I was on, and I have no recollection of this because I had to have Scott tell me the next morning, like. Yeah, like, because I was limping around, and he was like, yo, what's wrong with you? And I was like, dude, I don't fucking know. Like, my knee hurts. And he was like, oh, probably because Ari, like, pulled you off the couch last night, like, by your leg. And I was like, well, that explains it, because, like, it feels like my knee is dislocated. like some above average man.
Jesus.
Well, fuck, dude. Like, it's seriously.
We're pretty close. She's like my sister. An
She's like
above
my
average
sister.
man.
Above average man. She ripped my fucking leg out of it.
The
Sock
horrific
it.
things that I've heard Nick say about the people that he loves and care about at the place that I work
Yeah.
is this is the bottom. This is the tip
If
of the
I
iceberg.
don't
right here.
like you and I don't if I don't love you or I don't like you, like I'm probably like overly nice to you. If I'm a dick to you at least one point during the day, we're cool.
in good standings.
That's why I'm addicted to you, Luke.
Is that why you,
That's why.
Billy? Is that why you fell asleep at the wheel? And
Oh wow!
Oh, here we
Before we got back, Billy really didn't want to
damn
talk
it.
about a car crash, but Cody really insisted.
we were thinking about things to talk about, and I know Nick
Now
doesn't drive at all, and
Probably
it's because he's
the
been
car
in multiple
crash ruined
horrific
my life
car
for a
crashes.
short amount of time.
Oh.
Fuck you, Cody.
It's only because we talked about Cody's rancid.
I've
dick.
talked about my rancid dick.
I was
We can't talk
very
about.
That's
silent.
his excuse to make you like tear open a traumatic experience. You know,
Yeah.
like I talked about my dick, dude. Like
Did anyone die?
No.
Then what's the problem?
The problem is I lost the car that I was paying on. It sent me into a severe amount of debt, and I didn't have a vehicle for
But
months.
how else are you gonna write a good album without all that crushing stress?
And none of that album was
True.
about that. Absolutely zero.
It wasn't
album
about
was
the wreck.
that.
Yeah.
None of that. If I could write a whole album about a wreck, then I'm fucking way more. Like,
that'd be an interesting
of an
concept
intelligent
album.
human
Who
than I
would?
think I am.
Would you do it? Like Nick, would you be down for?
I would
an
be
album?
down for a concept album.
I would be a down for a concept.
I would be a
album.
down.
All right.
I would be a downs for a concept album.
So
Be a
all right.
downer.
So we go up to Warped Tour in Cleveland, and fucking
Billy's gonna tell it. Cool.
fucking I'll tell it. Fuck it.
You might as
Thank
well
you.
tell it, motherfucker.
Went
You
up to
did
Warped
Thanks,
Tour-
Cody.
You
Dude,
crashed, not me.
Fuck you, Mister. No license.
Oh, fucking fight!
I don't want to hear that shit. You couldn't drive anyways.
You went to Warped Tour.
We went to Warped Tour, and I asked Ryan if he could stay sober, but he was already a few beers in. He was like, it's too late for that. I was like, all right, well, I'm on no sleep, and I really don't want to be the one to drive us home, so somebody stay sober.
Can you stay sober? Cracking his first beer, completely impossible, bud.
That is almost exactly
Yeah, pretty much.
what the fuck happened.
Not
much.
gonna happen, Billy.
Like, oh, I'm really sorry, man.
Pretty much, like, they had, like, been on their second Bud Light, and he was like, no.
Not Bud Light.
Whatever the fuck you had, I don't care.
Brian was drinking Summer Shandy, line of Kugels.
Oh, God.
I don't know why I remember that, but I do.
But anyways, we're leaving Warped Tour,
Because it's good.
and, like, I'm driving home, haven't fucking slept. I had to pull over and sleep at one point. We get about a block away from their house, and all of a sudden I hear, whoa, 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 and I wake up, and I'm headed straight for a light pole. And I, like, hit the brake, adjust super quick, and it hits, like, the right side of my car, and we wreck.
That's pretty
How
fucking
bad did it
scary,
fuck
actually.
your vehicle up?
Huh?
It was
How bad
terrible.
did it fuck your vehicle up?
It was
terrible.
bad. Yeah.
Oh, so you were flooring it.
No, like,
No, we were going like
40.
no. Ryan said we were going like 50 miles an hour.
Nick,
Oh hell yeah, y'all were killing it.
Nick, did your nipples protect you?
He was asleep.
I was asleep.
Fuck.
Way to fucking wake up.
Yeah, I was asleep. I woke up to Ryan like slamming me in the chest with his arm because Ryan and I were both in the back seat and like
Yeah, that's how fucking involved in this car they were. They both were in the fucking back seat.
I was
Sleeping
asleep.
too.
At least we,
You were
at least
just trying to get a piece of that sweet sleep action.
Yeah, doing what I couldn't fucking do. After they both were like, "Oh, I'm gonna miss Warped Tour in Cincinnati. What am I gonna do?" And I was like, "I'll get you in for free into the one in Cleveland, and I'll take you up there." And both of them just the whole time have only brought up the goddamn car crash. Nothing else, huh? No.
Crickets.
No.
Crickets.
Okay. All right. Listen.
Settle this beef.
All right. The whole us going up to Cleveland was a a joint effort. We had tried to plan it out. Of
How
course.
was that a joint effort?
Okay. Well, you said that you were doing.
Well,
this
you
and
drive
then,
and he
like-
sits in the back seat and bitches the whole time. That's the joint effort.
Oh, honestly, it was Jack's fault that we were so fucking late. And
Yeah.
it was Jack's fault originally on the way back, too, because when Ryan and I fell asleep in the back seat, Jack was driving and Billy was asleep in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And when I woke up, Billy was not in the passenger seat. There was no one in the passenger seat. And it was Ryan and I in the back seat.
Because Jack had been dropped off at
How
his
long
house.
were you driving?
I drove the first 3 hours down.
Yeah.
I drove the whole 4 hours up. I drove 3 hours down.
At like 4 in the morning.
And then I slept for an hour while Jack drove, and then I drove from Jack's place, which is in North Side, to their place, which at the time was
Eastern Avenue.
Eastern Avenue.
Yeah.
And the only thing that was like the redeeming thing about this whole thing was the cop pulled up and saw like the telephone pole down, and they had already left me.
you took a whole telephone
guys
pole down?
Not
left
telephone
him?
pole, like
Yeah.
a light pole.
Holy shit.
They walked the rest of the way home, and I sat on the side of the road. Yeah.
How do you leave
What the
like
fuck,
that,
Nick?
you piece of shit.
You left him there?
I would never, as much as I fucking hate Cody
Well,
to death, and I wish he would die tonight.
No, listen.
If he were to
Listen,
get
listen,
into
listen.
a car
Listen,
accident and I were
listen.
with him, I'm not gonna be like, "Peace, dude."
Deuces,
Good
homie.
luck.
Got to go to that Cincinnati Warped Tour. I mean, I'm not missing it. Okay.
No.
They stayed with me for like a good 30 minutes, and they were like, "You good?" And I was like, "I guess."
No, listen.
Not at all, but sure. See ya.
We were literally like,
Damn.
we could see where we wrecked from our front porch.
But
So,
neither
like-
one, neither,
like-
but I never
So
saw.
you stayed at the
And
comfort of your front porch?
No, we told him to come with us.
He
we-
can. He just
I couldn't
abandoned the
leave my
vehicle.
goddamn car. You know that.
Yeah, well, but like I said, you could see from our front porch where we had
Well,
wrecked.
anyways-
That's how close we were.
A cop pulled up, and she was like, "You all right?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Are you drunk?" And I was like, "Not at all." And she was like, "What happened?" I was like, "I fell asleep behind the wheel. I took down that light pole back there, and like I just waiting on a tow truck to come get me." And she just goes, "What light pole?" And I was like, "The one on the ground." She was like, "I don't see anything." And I was
What?
like,
Yeah.
and I was,
Shout out.
and I was
What's
just,
her name? Don't say
and
it.
I was like, and I don't know her name.
Don't say it.
I don't know her name at all. And I just go,
Then you voraciously made out with her?
no. And I was
Fucked
just,
her in the middle of the street?
and I was just,
duty. I quit.
He brought her to our house.
and I was just like, I was
She was
like,
unzipping your fucking pants. This is the only light pole I see.
my dumbass was very fucking confused. I was like, "What do you mean?" I knocked down like a light pole back there, and she was like, "If you report it, you have to pay for it." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And she was like, "Do you want to report it?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "All right, have a good day," and pulled off. And I was like, this shining light in it. But the fact that I couldn't like return that car put me like $8,000 in debt.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's always a
That's
fun amount to
fucking
be in
tough.
debt.
and then I didn't have a car for like 2 months.
It's all good now, though.
I have a car. I mean, it's. I'm still in debt. but-
$9,000 in debt, but
Yeah. yeah. That's just an ongoing thing. But yeah, that was not fun. But anytime Nick gets a chance to bring that up, he brings it up.
Why do you bring that up? You were such an asshole in this
Every
situation.
why you
single
cocksucker?
time.
You leave him on the side after a traumatic wreck, and then you say, "Oh, I'm just gonna go to the porch, dude."
Bud, you good? You good
Yeah.
after you just wrecked your car
they
and now you're
didn't-
going to $8,000 for the rest of
Honestly,
your forever?
like,
Well, I'm
cracking
going to
up-
go lay my head on a nice comfy pillow. So
Yeah, I'm gonna crack up a cold
go
one.
fuck yourself,
And
Billy.
The funny part about that
See you at
is,
band
like,
practice in 2 weeks.
I had
Better
a
not be
pillow.
late with your no car having bitch ass.
I had a pillow with me. I had a fucking
with his
pillow with
girlfriend?
me in the fucking car, and that's probably the only reason why I didn't hit my head like against the window. To be
100%.
What was
honest.
your first reaction
Why-
waking up to getting fucking stiff armed in the chest, hard as shit?
Watching a white pole
Like, did you
collapse
get mad
behind
at
the car.
Ryan who hit you? Like, what the fuck, dude? Or did you realize,
honestly,
like, oh.
it took me a solid like 10-15 minutes to realize what the fuck was going
So
on.
100%, I put us in the best predicament that I could have waking up to what we were having happening.
Yeah.
Like, I slammed on the brake. I cut it to where it wouldn't hit any of us at all. Like, it hit my front, like my right front fender.
Did it completely total the car?
I don't. The car would have still been salvageable. It just would have been replacing like the radiator, the tire. I don't think it was total.
I think it was total.
When it's
I
total,
honestly think
when
it was
you,
totaled.
When you have to pay more to fix it, then it's half its worth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the whole right side of like the chassis was
Totally
fucked.
Yeah.
Like, the tire was gone.
Yeah,
To be honest,
That
with
car's
you, fucking
done.
car accidents.
the
are
tire
fucking
wasn't gone. The
traumatic.
tire was still attached. It just was flat. That was it.
Like there was
And I
was
think
hardly
and I
anything
think
left
the
of that side
oil
of the
reservoir like leaked completely.
Jesus.
But
Yeah.
the only reason that I really brought it up though is because Nick's told me how many fucking car accidents. How many car accidents have you
Nick's
been in?
been in
total?
worse car accidents than that.
How many have you
That's
been
true,
in?
yeah.
Did anyone walk away?
But why is
the
but this is the one that we fucking get brought up more than any of them. When
I
he's
just
been
wanted to
in
start with
fucking
this one 'cause it
way
makes you
wor-
uncomfortable.
No, him.
It's a lot
been
better of a
way,
story.
It's way worse.
Well,
Wait,
it's a-
it's
it's a
better of
lot-
a story because you fucking left me on Eastern Avenue at 5 in the morning.
Oh, air it out. Air out. Air it out.
We can see you from our porch. I never saw you come out on the porch at all.
We were out on the porch.
You liar.
We slept on the porch.
We smoked a blunt on the porch.
Oh, cool.
Oh, shit. That
We got
bringing the
super
cops.
high
Oh
while
my
you watched your
God.
life fall
Just
apart.
leave your friend on the highway. who
Don't even
just
let him hit the
crashed.
blunt, dude. You fucking put me through some trauma
Fucking
tonight.
walk
Well,
to
Billy
your
doesn't
house, roll up a bleeze, and just watch him have issues from a distance.
Hey, man. Hey. Put me through some shit. I need to smoke.
Hope it gets better for your credit report, sucker.
That actually
God damn.
that blunt that we smoked, I rolled it to smoke on the way to Warped Tour.
Was it like a
Souvenir blunt.
celebration? Blunt, like, man.
No, it was
Celebration
to
of
get,
Other
life.
than that, it was a really good fucking
No, it was
day.
more like
It was a
Billy was
great
like, "Can you
day.
give me gas money to take me to Cleveland?" And you're like, "I got a blunt," and you're like, "I can't believe I'm friends with you."
No, they gave me gas money.
Yeah.
What kind of car
we gave him
accidents have
gas
you been in? Those things are fucking scary,
I've been in a
dude.
bad one.
A
Been
few.
couple.
Ryan and I were in one.
Is this all in, like, the tour van?
No,
That's scary
None
shit.
of them have been in vans at all.
Dude, because you're like a fucking wrecking ball in those things. No one's wearing their fucking
No
seatbelts
shit,
in the
yeah.
tour van.
Nick has been sideswiped. Nick's been in rear-ended in the rain.
I mean, the one that Ryan and I were in recently, we were like,
How recent?
They were sideswiped by one of their friends.
Dad was coming back from a show, actually. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got sideswiped and like fucking the side panel on Ryan's car got all fucked up and then tire wouldn't fucking roll right and we had to like drive on the highway after this dude who fucking hit and run. You know, like he did one of them numbers. That was bad. Ryan and
they
I
ended up
were in
fucking
another
knowing him.
one where we it was pouring down rain. We slammed into the back some heroin addict who had fucking cracked out on the highway and like stopped in the middle of the highway and we slammed into the back of them and had to like pull off to the side and that
Jesus.
totaled Ryan's car.
Is this why you don't drive?
Yeah.
It's just because you're scared of a wreck? But
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
you
mean,
feel
You're in
better?
full control,
I
though.
am like
That's what I was about to say. Like, when you're driving, you have full control
yeah,
at that
and
point.
and I've driven before. Like I know how to drive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like it's for me. Like I get behind the wheel and I get more anxiety and like more like freaked out. When
That's
I'm
why you have a
behind the
couple
wheel.
drinks first, Nick. You just
Right,
a
Cody.
couple drinks,
Right.
just a loosey,
You know,
loosey
Bastard-
goosey, baby.
The Bastard Sermon does not promote drinking under the
drinking-
influence
no.
by any means.
no,
Drinking under the influence.
none of that. Neither
Yeah.
is put to rest. Don't fucking do that shit. Ever.
Yeah, unless you want to be cool.
But
He doesn't speak for all. Put to rest.
Unless you want to be super cool.
like Cody, who has dick problems.
Dick problem.
Hey,
Possible
it's little,
herpes.
and they might have herpes.
But yeah, I don't drive because I've been in a lot of fucking wrecks.
Have you suffered any traumatic injuries
Not really.
from any of them?
What's the most traumatic thing you've ever experienced? I'm just kidding.
I
Do
remember
you
when I
want me
was.
to tell you?
I remember when I was a kid.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about it.
I mean, I don't know. Like watching my grandma get mugged when I was like 7 was pretty fucking
Sick.
Ooh,
horrific.
fuck. That
Tell us
sounds
that story.
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
it
it
sounds
ending
like a
like
good
a-
Hold on.
story.
Hold on, Nick.
Did you
that's
become
not a car
Spider-Man
wreck,
at the end of
dude.
this story?
Are you
It's
kidding
not
me,
a car
dude?
wreck. You're right. That was a lot at once, so like one at a time.
Did you become Spider-Man at the end of this story?
Bro, I would
Batman?
not fucking be here right now if I had become Spider-Man.
Goddamn
Exactly
right.
you be
what
doing?
Spider-Man would tell us.
Goddamn right.
Do you think I'd look like the piece of shit I look like right now if I became fucking Spider-Man?
If you were real life
It'd be a
Spider-Man, it
good
would be the
cover-up.
best Yeah, exactly. It'd be the best cover up. You're like, look, drinking and look at the beard and the titty t-shirt.
Hold on. If you weren't here because you're Spider-Man, where would you be?
Yeah, what are you doing?
There's only one right answer.
I mean, New York. New York is where I'd be.
Stopping
Spider-Man's in New
crime.
York. Stopping crime. Okay, well, like, that's correct.
Okay.
You're right. But I would be in New York
Goddamn.
because that's where Spider-Man does his thing.
I'm glad that Luke asked this question that went so many different directions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated that.
Thank
I didn't
God,
know how to
Luke.
answer that.
God, the shrieking and now
Where would you
this.
live if you were a superhero, though?
What
would
would
you
you be
live?
doing?
No,
If
I'd be
Probably
fucking.
here.
I
Where
don't
would
know,
I live?
man.
Everybody gets quiet and looks at each other. All right, are we
Damn
shutting
it.
it off? Is it all over now?
You caught me
Thanks,
really
Luke.
off guard by that, and that's why I was like, I don't know, fucking New
Well,
York.
according to the source material,
Cricket.
Is that a trick question?
Cricket.
well, according to the source material, you'd be fighting crime.
Have to.
What were we fucking talking
in
about
New
until Luke? I can't even fucking talk. I've had a lot of drinks.
As is tradition.
That's a tradition.
Yes.
Luke
Pat-
derailed this whole thing.
Oh yeah, I did.
Rook
just kidding.
delailed.
We were talking about how many
I
car
did
wrecks that
too.
Nick had been in.
A few.
I remember I was in one
quite
when
a
I was
few.
a kid where me and my sister were in like the back of this SUV and they rear-ended us. They, like,
How was that?
Damn.
They bent in like right, excuse me, right where we were at Benton, and my mom was fucking pissed because my uncle didn't have permission to like even take us anywhere.
God, that's fucking scary.
Oh, those are
Damn.
the best uncles.
No, he sucks. That dude is the worst.
When I was driving a truck way back in the day, it got borderline totaled almost twice over the dumbest shit. Like one time there was like this ice storm that came through. And I've talked about it in this podcast before, so I apologize for repeating it. But basically, there was this hill in Delhi where it was going down.
I haven't heard it, Pat. So continue.
Let's fucking talk about it. Let's talk about it. So someone was parked at the bottom of this hill with their lights on, and I'm just turning, and the ice was so bad that I couldn't stop. So I was just sliding at like 6 miles an hour, super slow. And I tapped this person, tapped it. It cost $3,000 worth of damage in my car, and it was undrivable.
Holy
and
shit.
They just spilled coffee on themselves, and they came out, didn't ask if I was okay or anything. They said, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" They're parked at the fucking bottom of this street, in the middle of the street, and I couldn't move. I was honking the horn and shit. What was the craziest part about that whole thing is my high school teacher happened to be living right outside there, and he fucking drove me home, which was great. I thought that was crazy. The dude just
Wow.
had heart surgery, and he
That's
just fucking
awesome.
drove me home, and it was
How
just the
did-
weirdest timing. I had
How
no
did
way of
just
getting
you-
home.
How did just you tapping it fuck you? How in shambles was your vehicle that
Oh, it
one
was fucked.
tap caused $3,000 of damage?
So
And
my truck was lowered, and it had like like some body modifications in the bottom, like factory. When I got it, it had it. So it was lower and had a bottom rim. Can't think of what it's called. Bumper. So when we were going down, when I was going down, I bumped into the car, I guess at an angle because my car was just sliding at an angle down the hill. And I'm honking the whole time, like I said, and it just fucking curves where basically the bumper curves right into the wheel, and it knocked the wheel off the axle, and it flattened the whole like tire. It just made the car completely undrivable unless I
sucks.
ripped that off. And yeah, that fucking sucked. I was only like maybe 5 minutes away from home. Some bullshit.
I got into like a sideswipe incident recently, which kind of damaged my vehicle. Did like $3,500 worth of damage to my vehicle, which then my insurance was like, "Here, you want to fix it with this money?" And I was like, "Nothing's wrong. Both the doors that got hit work. I didn't take my mirror off. It's not that noticeable, really, but you guys are going to give me $3,500. Let me just pay this loan off real quick." And now I don't have a car payment. Thank God for accidents and full coverage insurance.
Dude, paying off a car is fucking awesome, though. Seriously,
yeah,
that's a
I know
hell of
all
an
about
accomplishment.
Just
That's
did it today, right before the podcast. Fucking paid my vehicle off.
Fucking congrats, bro.
Yeah.
It's a really good feeling. I actually start
We're gonna
saving.
clap.
You gonna clap for
Cody.
yourself?
You're getting your life together.
I've been paying on this fucking thing for 4 years. I've never missed a payment. I did a good job with it. Now I've got good credit, so it all ended up
Only
working
wrecked
out.
it twice.
Yeah, for as much as an alcoholic piece of dog shit that I seem like. No, the first time some kid hit me, cracked my bumper, I did the same thing. I was like, I don't care about the cracked bumper. I'm gonna use this $1,200 and fucking get new tires for my car and fucking get the oil change that I've been needing and get like some maintenance done on my car and got all that done. Got the side of it hit. Okay, cool. Well, let's pay the vehicle off. And now, yeah, it's got some bumps and dings in it, but goddamn it, that thing's mine. It still works just fine. So
There you go.
it's a good fucking feeling, bud.
It definitely is a good feeling.
Starting to look like its driver.
What?
Because it's trashed.
I actually didn't hear it. This is what I
Damn.
need at work. They call me the deafest motherfucker ever at work. I wouldn't be if I
The
had
dumbest?
no, the deafest. But
Oh,
he
okay,
is.
that
be
makes
accurate
sense.
Also.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but
This
if I had
motherfucker-
earphones in my ears,
I swear to God, you will say something 5 feet away from Cody. Huh?
what'd you say?
What is it? Huh?
Cody,
Pretty much all day long. But
you're an old man.
But you're fucking slam dancing next to me,
Fucking
next to the new,
drinks like
playing the new Put the Rest album at full volume and shit like
don't
that.
do that.
Yelling at every server,
Slam dance.
just intimidating everybody in the back, except for me, because I'm like, oh, whatever, it's harmless.
It's called crowd killing. You fucking.
You're crowd
of
killing
shit.
in the
He's
kitchen.
literally doing spin kicks
He
on the
wishes.
grill.
He
Doing
wishes.
a
Like spin
CCK?
kick salmon
His
burgers at the
knees,
server's
his knees
faces.
cannot take
Yeah,
spin
they can-
kicking.
my
right
I
now.
cannot spin kick
No.
anymore. No,
Just
sir.
years and years of sucking dick is just ruined. his
You ever
knees.
got
Goddamn right.
completely over
Let me
for
just
this.
segue this. Have you ever got fucking wrecked in a pit?
Yes.
Let's hear about that. I want to hear about some stories about that shit.
Fuck.
Gotta piss. I'll be back.
I've taken boots to the head.
Boots,
Boots.
like from like crowd surfers.
Just from being a bitch.
No, from people crowd killing.
Oh, okay.
People fucking do that, like especially at like the most surprising concerts. Like I remember there was crowd killing at a Blink 182
Dude,
concert.
the worst I ever got.
What the fuck?
Like the worst I ever got hurt in a pit was
Ridiculous.
an all-time low show.
It's ridiculous. Why are they at those
That's
shows?
the stupidest shit I've ever
Go to
heard.
fucking Mayday Parade.
Literally, I swear to
fucking
God,
crowd
dude.
killed.
I swear to God, dude.
That is the stupidest shit
I was
I've
like,
ever
No
heard.
joke
Yes.
though.
I like-
it's legit though.
I love All Time Low. Well, I loved All Time Low, and it was like after that, a Nothing's Personal album came out, and it was they were playing a Warped Tour, and this chick was mad at me for like getting in front of her, and she bit me.
What?
She bit me.
She came up and just
How
fucking.
long ago was this? Like 2009?
2009, 2000. No, this is like 2011.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, she bit me.
What the fuck?
like bled.
I'm the one. Hey, wait. I'm the one that had you crowd surf for the first time.
You did.
Yeah. Holy shit. Now
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
remembering that. I made Luke crowd surf for the first time.
It's a day to remember.
Yep.
Yeah. And I got a drumstick out of it. I think I still have that somewhere too.
Jeez.
Aw.
Aw,
It was a good time.
so cute.
It was a good time.
I mean, I got good memories with both of these fuckers. When Pat and I sat in the car and wrote Blink-182 lyrics all over it.
Yeah, speaking of that, like Billy and I go fucking way back. You know, that's
So
kind
far
of
back.
crazy, like how intertwined all of us really are.
Yeah.
Like you and Luke, Billy and Luke work together. Nick has known Cody since childhood. I've fucking known Billy for both of you guys for like a decade now, and it's just fucking crazy how small of a world it really is.
Have
it
you
really
ever,
is.
did you know how I met him?
How did you meet Luke?
We played Cops and Robbers together.
No shit.
Yeah.
in like 2011.
It was a big deal with my group of friends in my neighborhood. We would use
What?
we would use the
Yeah.
entirety of Peacock Street and the entirety of Royal Glen with there was another street too that we would use, but we would hop people's backyards, their fences. We would climb on top of their sheds.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
If it was the summer, some people would hide like literally inside of some people's pools. Yeah, and it would be an all night thing, like
Dude,
an all
I
night
fucking
type
know
of
what
deal.
you mean.
There's jail at the corner and everything,
Awesome.
dude. And it was fucking great.
We literally were like kneeled next to
Fucking
somebody's
great.
shed. And I was like, what's up, dude? I'm Billy. He's like, I'm Luke. And then that was it. And that's how we became friends.
I remember, I mean, even playing that shit nowadays is still kind of fun, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. But I remember I lived in this band house, like a 2-bedroom house with 15 people
With
type
bugs.
shit. With fucking bugs. It was a goddamn nightmare. But we had this big-ass, like, ghetto-ass woods in the backyard, like some forbidden forest called the Imago. And we would play midnight woods tag. So basically, like 12 or 20 of us would go out in the middle of the woods in pairs of 2. And we would just go out there in the pitch black. And we would just hide 20 feet off the trail, and then people that were trying to get us were using flashlights and shit. They got you. You have to go with them and like find other people, but that shit was crazy. You're fucking running around the middle of the woods in the middle of the night. It's kind of crazy how bright the trails actually are, but there was like stories of pit bulls going around and mauling people in these
Jesus.
woods. Some fucked up shit.
I remember getting kicked out of Newport Kroger with you.
Oh yeah, we got kicked out of Newport Kroger.
I don't even remember what the fuck we
So
did.
back when Billy and I were hanging out, like there was this time when we went to a Kroger down in like Kentucky, and one of our friends, Ben, who we were writing the Blink-182 lyrics all over his car. I think it was that same night he was moving to California. It didn't work out well. He ended up living in his car and shit.
Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck.
Jesus.
Yeah,
they
so-
were just
died.
And they were just in Kroger's doing normal scene kid shit, sexually harassing teenagers.
Writing
And-
Blink 182 lyrics in their car.
it was emo as fuck. But no. Ben fucking.
They're so fucking lame. I'm kidding.
But Billy and I were trying to find our dude Ben, who hid in the fucking grocery store for over an hour, like to points where we gave up multiple times, and we're like, "Where the fuck is this motherfucker? He drove
Where
us
the fuck
here."
do you hide in a grocery store?
I'm pretty
Dude,
sure he
he
hid
fuck-
in produce?
Yeah, he went in the toilet paper
Yeah, he hid
aisle
behind
and
toilet paper.
he made a fucking fort
Smart
around
man.
himself, and he hid there for like literally for fucking hour, dude,
Yeah.
like a long fucking time, crouched in this fucking like.
Pat is
fucking-
upset about this.
Yeah, because when we walked by, the motherfucker jumped out after like us getting legitimately pissed and like asking the fucking front desk to call his name. Where the fuck are you, Ben?
Dude, you never would have found me if I heard me getting
Dude,
called by the actual employees. Like, oh, they're really looking for me.
That
They will never find me now.
That would have been my
did
fucking
it.
toilet paper apartment after that. Like, I live here now.
Yo,
Cool.
I'm just gone.
Yeah, we got kicked the fuck out then. But
Yeah.
that dude Ben, he would do some crazy shit back in the day. Like
Yeah.
we took him streaking several times through like Steak and Shakes, which are-
Skyline.
and Skyline. So we basically a prom was playing or going in Steak and Shake, and it was all all fucking crowded out. And fucking
Are
Ben,
you really selling your friend out for
I
like
didn't say,
what
I
is
didn't
for
say his
sure
last name.
still a
Did
crime
not say his
right
last
now?
name. No one knows who he is.
I can't wait to be interviewed by the police for doing this podcast.
No, it'll be fine. So basically,
Don't ever
he,
fucking come to my house, cops.
yeah, this one,
Like my balls.
this all
Don't
happened.
come to my house, coppers.
Allegedly happened. There we go. I said it. So basically, we were all sitting in the middle of the bar aisle in the Steak and Shake, and then Ben comes in and he starts going, ooh, ooh, and just fucking runs down the fucking aisleway, and everyone's dead fucking silent the whole time. He goes all the way to the end, and he slips on the wet floor sign. No. And he fucking slams on the ground. You hear the slap of his back, a sweaty ass back on the fucking ground, and like he had his dick covered that whole time with his hands. Totally fucking let go. Everyone is dead silent. I'm fucking recording this. I have recordings somewhere on my laptop. I'll
I've
have to
seen
get
it before. I've seen it. It's fantastic.
and he gets back up and he's like, woo! And he fucking walks out, exhausted. Everybody gets up and starts clapping.
Yes!
It was great.
Yes.
So we did it
Oh,
two other
Ben.
times, but this time he wore a wig and he didn't cover his shit up. So we went into a Steak and Shake and he did it, and people just kind of walked around and they were shocked, but that wasn't
Lowbrow.
it wasn't that crazy, you know.
I
It
just
was
love that the second one was like, woo.
yeah, like fucking.
The first one was like,
He fucking slammed himself, dude. And that probably fucking hurt like hell on bare
oh
skin.
man,
So we went to
his pride
Skyline.
more than anything.
I just,
Oh,
I
yeah.
just imagine like an Eye of
His
the Tiger
pride got
moment.
hurt more.
And his
Yeah.
back gets slapped the first time, and he like knows he has to get up.
Record scratch.
You're probably wondering how I got
He's
here.
trying not to cry.
Yeah. Another time, so we went to the crazy one was like we went to Skyline and did it, and he ran in, and I'm sitting outside right
Delhi
on the window.
Skyline?
No, on the west side.
Oh, okay.
On Glenway, the
Oh,
nice
Price Hill?
one. Yeah.
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 This is
Allegedly.
the video
The
that I
nice
saw, I
one.
think.
Yeah.
the nice one.
So I'm sitting there like
Nice.
at the window, and I'm like, yeah, you don't even know what's about to happen. I turn the camera towards him, and he's running butt ass naked. I see my dude's dick jiggling everywhere. He fucking runs in, and he goes over the fucking like counters and over people's like tables and shit, and like he's spread out. Like you see his fucking whole ass, his back pussy, all that shit, you know. And he fucking runs
Yes.
out, and as he's running out, the fucking managers fucking went over the top of the bar stools, and they had their phones out because they were gonna get a picture of us. He gets in the car, and I peel out, and some fucker almost like fucking T-bones me, but I get out of there just in time. Now they have cameras set up. They got cameras set up because of that shit. Nuts.
Did I ever tell you about the time that Ryan and I allegedly dined and dashed?
You died and dashed?
Yes, I've actually heard
Now
about that.
tell all of our
And
listeners
I'm pretty sure,
Allegedly.
and the police.
and I'm pretty sure we've revisited this
It was
establishment.
allegedly the buffet there in Western Hills,
allegedly.
the one by McDonald's. All we had,
Grand buffet.
yeah. All we had in our pocket was like $27.
Pat knows exactly.
I know
what we're
exactly what you're talking about.
Well, we grew up like around the same area. We like
you
we
grew up
wa-
in Fairfax too?
No, him and I.
No, we grew up
okay,
on
okay.
We're West Siders.
Yeah.
West
I thought you were
Side.
saying you and Nick grew up in the same. I was like,
No.
how the fuck did I not hang out with you as a kid?
No, I didn't start going around him until 2011.
Okay.
2010.
Continuing
Yeah,
on
somewhere
though, you and Pat.
But no, me and Ryan.
You and Ryan.
We walk in, all we have is like $27 of band money, and we both would like eat like a fuck ton of food. And I look at him and I go, dude, I really don't want to spend this money. He's like, me either.
And then you guys knuckle bump. Chub core though.
And then I feel how he feels, and I kind of
$14.50 for the buffet. What's up, Golden Corral? Yeah. Sorry.
Is that
go
where you're
ahead.
at? No.
I now know how Luke feels.
We're sponsored. We're sponsored by Go.
But
Sponsors.
I'd look at Ryan. I'm like, we're getting the fuck out of here, no matter what we do. So I walk up to the counter, and like the dude at the counter perfectly walks back into the back, and like there's no way for me to pay. So I walk out, and I'm getting ready to leave, and I go, Ryan, let's go. And I get in my car, and he's still walking. Like I
It
ran.
can't be obvious, dude.
Like, well, I ran, and he's fucking just walking like a fucking like not any kind of urgency. And he gets in the car, we peel the fuck out, and anytime I saw anyone Asian for the rest of the day, I like thought they were on to me. Like I was like, they're fucking here to get me.
That's
dude.
racist as
That
fuck.
is
It
called
Everyone that
racism.
worked there was Asian.
Wow. Wow.
But you
And-
said for the rest of the day. It's not like you hung out around. Like,
Yes, I did actually.
the restaurant for the rest of the
I,
day.
went, I, went,
sure did.
I literally the next thing I did was went to Target right there in Western Hills Plaza, and I was like, they know it. They know I fucking did it. I gotta get the fuck out of
Are
here.
you saying only Asian people work at Target?
No, I'm saying
I'm
that
just
I
giving you
saw
shit,
Asian
dude.
people at
So
Target.
they all look
just
at
giving
you
you
like
shit.
you're being suspicious. It might be the eyes.
Something about this guy.
Oh my fucking
Why is he
God.
sweating so much?
They
Jesus
must have
Christ.
ate the orange chicken.
Fuck that. I don't like orange chicken.
That's a callback to a Luke story. Say it again, Luke, just so the listeners know what you're talking about.
About my uncle who once racistly told me that if I ate the orange sauce and soy sauce, my eyes would turn into.
Oh, I heard that story.
Wow.
I did hear that
an
fucking
Asian
story.
person.
That's so fucked up.
They told him that so that his
Yes.
racist ass could keep Luke from eating his
Yeah.
fucking his
No, I
Kung
heard
Pao
that story.
chicken.
Yeah.
Jesus
What the
fucking Christ.
And you actually didn't do it.
What?
You didn't.
Yeah,
eat
it made Luke
Fuck
not
no!
want
I
to do
didn't
it.
want my eyes to transform, dude.
Oh
I
my
didn't. I
God.
believed
Wow.
him. I was like, I don't want that.
And that makes Luke inherently way more racist because he's
I
like, I
was
don't
a
want
kid.
their stupid Asian eyes.
Apparently
I hate
not.
their Asian eyes.
I was a kid.
Luke
No,
has a
dude.
hatred
Oh,
for
dude.
Asian eyes.
Well, according to people at work, Luke is
I'd like to
pretty
sign
racist.
out of this
What?
conversation.
Really?
You don't
No
remember?
shit.
Hold on. Shut up. Everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. Billy, what did you just say?
There's an incident.
Oh, the movie
Tell us
theaters?
right now.
There's an incident at work where these bunch of people had like the wrong seats,
A bunch. It was like from rows A to D.
Hold on. I want to hear Billy.
and Luke walks up to the wrong woman and asks to see her tickets, and she has the right tickets. She walks up to me and she was like, "This man in his baritone voice is being overly racist." I was
Racist psychopath Luke.
And
Yeah.
I like he just looked so fucking defeated.
I was like, what the fuck? Then I couldn't get mad about it. Otherwise, I look more culpable. Like, yeah, fucking right, lady.
The fact that the first thing she said was baritone voice, and I wanted to laugh so goddamn.
You're
bad.
like, I only have anime tattoos on my body. I only beat off to hentai. What are you talking about? You want to see my porn history?
What kind of fucking
right
argument
now?
is that, you fucking idiot? That's
Not
just a shitty
racist.
insult.
I love the Orientals. Luke calls them Orientals because he's a man from the 1950s.
Jeez.
This goes so deep. This is so deep.
You're so bad at insults, but you throw so many of them at once. It's hard to just ignore them.
It's like getting shot with a machine gun, but
Yeah.
you only get hit once.
So
Yeah.
I like how we started out like pulling up an old man's obituary, went into dick stories, and now we're talking about how Luke's racist.
Blatant Luke.
I'm not.
Racist.
He totally
promise
is.
I'm not. I promise I'm not.
I don't know. It sounded like you were pretty racist there, bud.
Spoken like a
knows?
man that's hardcore racist.
Yeah, pour the water, Zuckerberg.
Is it hot in
Okay. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
He said Zuckerberg, though.
That's funny shit.
All right, Paula Dean, teach us how to sip that water, dude. You put a couple butter nugs in that water. my
Talk about
fam.
someone who quickly lost their career.
I think she's
Paula
doing all right
Dean?
still.
No, she's not.
No, she's not okay.
In
What is going on?
racist
She did not
picnic
do a good
circles,
thing.
she's doing great.
Please
What's
look
happening
up. Hold on,
with
look
Paula
up.
Dean?
Look up her net worth.
Pat,
You know what
you-
happened
you
to
don't
Paula
know?
Dean?
What?
You don't remember? Do you know who Paula Dean is?
Isn't
She
on-
said the N word, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Hold
it
on. Is she
was way
from
crazier
the
than
American
that.
Idol?
No.
Yeah.
That's Paula Abdul.
No.
Hold on.
Who the fuck is Paula?
Hold on,
She
I just
cooks
wanna-
with butter,
Can you
y'all.
look up her net worth? Can you just look up her net worth because she's doing just fine.
Is she?
Dude, if she were to be anyone's favorite cook, she'd be your favorite cook, Patrick. This bitch invented
She
butter.
only cooks with butter, y'all.
Dude, is it unsalted though?
Probably.
Both.
You know, I only fuck with the unsalted shit.
Unsalted?
Dude, she would put like
Depends
a
on
pound
what you're
of
cooking,
butter.
though, bud.
Look, that's how I.
There you go, right
fucking-
there. Racial slur controversy.
Bam.
Damn.
In June
How
2013,
shitty.
Dean was sued by Lisa Jackson for racial and sexual discrimination. Jackson said that Dean made derogatory remarks regarding African Americans. Jackson also said that Dean mused about wedding plans for her brother with a true Southern plantation-style theme with black male servers, but rejected the plans because the media would be on me
Yes,
about that.
Racist. Luke is a racist.
I was quoting!
I think that was accurate as fuck.
Luke just read that like the Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan. All
Oh
right?
my god.
Which is probably Paula Dean's uncle, if we're being completely fucking honest.
Hold on. Can you
Look
look
at
up her
that.
net worth, please?
True
Dean-
Southern
Look it up.
plantation style theme. You can't say that.
I'm telling you right now, this woman is still doing just fine.
Well, I mean, net worth doesn't necessarily mean that they have that money.
I don't know if they sell her shit.
Oh, damn.
14 million?
Yeah,
That's
she's
great.
doing-
She has
She's doing
15
fantastic.
cooking books. She has
She's a cook.
15 cooking books.
She's doing just
Who
fine.
needs more than two?
You know, it's kind of
Nick,
funny.
you're a good cook. Yeah, you ever aspire to have a net worth of $14 million being a good cook?
No.
Yeah, I don't care. If you have 50 grand in the bank as a cook, as any type of cook, you're fucking killing it right now, bud.
Tell me that picture doesn't look like something out of a B-rate horror film.
It looks
Really does.
like the wax model of Paula
Exactly.
Dean.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's disgusting. Oh,
that's
damn.
just her old racist face.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we
That's
never
some-
finished the story though. There's a whole thing. Like,
That's
a
some
whole
nightmare shit.
Giant
Okay,
fucking thing.
so Dean stated in her deposition that she used the N-word at times. Specifically, she recalled telling her husband about an incident when a black man burst into the bank that I was working at and put a gun to my
Racist.
head. I didn't feel real favorable towards him.
Wait, what's the N word? Is it nincompoop?
It's
Oh, I scared y'all.
it's
Everybody's
nuggets.
butthole sealed up for a second.
A little bit.
The
Fuck is wrong with you?
I didn't say it.
Paula asked if she had used the word since then. She said, "I'm sure I have, but it's been a very long time. Maybe in repeating something that was said to me, probably a conversation
Why they-
between blacks."
Why does she sound like a female Morgan Freeman in your like reading of this?
So-
It does sound like she's
How
narrating
is
the
that
Shawshank
Morgan
Redemption,
Freeman,
doesn't it?
Though?
It sounds like she's narrating the
Redo
Shawshank
it.
Redemption. Sometimes Andy was able to fight the sisters off. Other times he wasn't as lucky.
That's literally how you sound.
Holy shit.
Not in my head.
No, that's exactly how. That,
I wasn't favorable to the black man that came up and put his gun to my head. Like that's literally how you fucking sound.
She asked, or they asked
Jesus
if
Christ,
she
Luke.
had used the word since then. She said, "I'm sure I have."
She
but
said
it's been a
only in
very
traffic,
long time."
officer.
I'm sure I have, but it's been a very long time. Maybe in repeating something that was said to me, probably a conversation between blacks. I don't know, but that's just not a word that we use as time has gone on. Things have changed since the 60s in the South.
it's cool, though. Jimmy Carter is totally backing her.
Oh,
thank
God damn
fucking
it.
God.
It's okay, guys.
Just to point out, racism is fucking bullshit, and I hate people.
It is
What?
fucking bullshit.
Racism is stupid.
Yeah, agreed.
Racism stupid.
Look, we have to say
I
that
don't
to
know,
cover
like,
our
what's
asses.
taking
No
you
way.
so
You mean
long to
racism's
get there?
bad?
I'm still reading.
What?
Yeah, who'd have thunk?
Nuh-uh.
Who'd have thunk?
Didn't. What? Oh, dude. Fuck. Now I gotta change my whole life.
Fuck you, Cody.
Yeah, we all know racism's bad. That's why I'm cracking horrific jokes about it. Because
that's all you know
everyone
how to
gets
do.
it. If you're living in this
Horrifically
age
bad.
and you're like pro racism, you're a fucking complete moron. Like it just, I don't even address it. I'm just like, all right, yeah, you're a fucking fool.
Yeah.
And that's as far as I go. Like,
Yeah.
all right, you're
Agreed.
really dumb, and life is gonna treat
Well,
you horribly.
It's so, you
Waste
know,
my time
Not to
on
make
you.
matters any better, in 2015, she dressed up as Lucy
Lucille
And then her,
Ball.
and then her son dressed up as Ricky Ricardo in brown face makeup.
Jesus Christ.
She really learned her lesson. Thanks, Jimmy Carter, for sticking your neck out for her. Can you imagine if Jimmy Carter just stuck his neck like right out to the dagger, and then fucking 1 week later, her son and her come out dressed up as...
And he's got
Brown
brown
face?
face. Oh, Jesus Christ.
But it looks like it's really badly done. It's all minstrel show. Like they use fucking boot polish to fucking brown up his face and whatnot.
Some
Jimmy
fucked
Carter's
up shit.
somewhere just has a stroke.
Oh, see, well, that happened in 2013, and the whole picture was
Yeah.
taken in 2011. So,
All right, we're at the...
Jesus Murphy.
How the fuck did we
Jesus
get...
Murphy.
How the fuck did we get from chaotic deathcore to Paula Dean's racism?
So,
We got all
anyway.
over the place. It was a
Yeah.
good fucking episode, guys. Thank you so much for fucking coming on.
Oh, dude, thanks for having us.
Seriously, we'd love to have you guys on again. You
That
guys
was
are
awesome.
great.
That was fun.
You guys
so,
are all right.
So after this episode comes out, that Friday that's coming up, which will be the 5th, there's going to be a show. I'll be there along with some other people, young Rachel. Let's go see fucking Put to Rest. Let's go watch them rock the house, man.
Their shows are Friday, July 5th, Saturday, July 6th, and Sunday, July 7th. Go to their events page on Put to Rest on Facebook. You'll be able to see all those. They've got the upcoming Bro Job show on October 11th, I believe it was. I don't remember what day of the week. I'm sure it's a weekend day. That'll be a fucking great time. You can catch them up at the Thompson House for that. And then something after that. I forgot the
What's
last
it? Where's
day.
the July 5th episode at?
July 5th episode of The Bastard Sermon. Is that what you're saying?
No, he said,
No,
where's the
your show?
July 5th is going to be at Legends Bar and Venue in Cheviot.
Okay.
And
West
that is
side.
that's also the same day that our album Coup de Grace comes out.
Perfect. It's going to be a good fucking time.
Where
Anything
can people
else?
buy that shit?
It'll be on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify. It'll be on Bandcamp. We'll have a merch page up on there and everything, so we'll be putting those physicals out soon.
And
So-
boy or girl, if you see Nick after the show, I mean, he'll probably fuck you. I mean, he'll get drunk.
As long as you have a mouth.
Yeah, as long as you have a mouth. Right, Nick?
I
That's
like
the rule.
people.
Boy or girl, I'm telling you. Or something in between. I don't know.
Just don't get in a
Dog.
car accident with him and walk
Luke's
away.
dog girlfriend. I mean,
So I'll beat your fucking
on the
ass.
show, you're not safe.
Just real quick, when
You wreck your car, I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of you.
Nick, what's your favorite song on the album?
What's my favorite song on the album?
Yeah.
Spoken like a man that doesn't have a solid answer.
I do. My bandmates aren't gonna like it, but it's probably Voix Rouge, which means seeing red. It's not my favorite because I named it. It's my favorite because
totally why it's his favorite.
It's not. Fuck you, Cody. It's probably I don't know. It's heavy.
My favorite's the other
It's
one.
really
It
really
slaps.
fun. It's really fun to play, and I love playing that song, and I love the crowd reaction we get when we play that song. So yeah, it's probably my favorite song off the album. Yeah.
The Witch.
Yeah,
The Witch,
that-
100%.
That's a fucking good one. Yeah, which is like the, I guess the answer to Witch's Brew off of our EP.
Kind of. It's more so
a little bit, tiny bit.
something like that.
Read those lyrics.
Yeah.
It's something about like being obsessed with somebody unhealthy,
Yeah,
and them being completely like you just being
Gotta read the
completely at their
lyrics.
will.
gotta
They're
read
brewing
the
you.
You
Yeah,
got-
something like that.
You gotta read the lyrics.
Witchcraft. Fuckery.
All
Yeah,
right.
well, seriously, fucking awesome. Thank you for coming on. Where can we follow you guys?
I'd Put to Rest Band on Instagram. You can find us at Put to Rest Band on Facebook. We got puttorest.bandcamp.com.
Also, we never plugged this, but you guys have sweet fucking merch. You guys have really
Yeah.
cool shirts and all kinds of dope ass hoodies. Do you have hats yet that people can wear?
No, we got koozies that we're getting ready to do, which is actually going to be a play on our song Graceland. The lyrics are "I'll bury myself wherever I please," and it's going to say "I'll bury myself wherever I please."
Where can people get that shit? Because I see everybody at my work wearing like a bunch of different shit. Like their head chef wears that. I mean, Nick's rocking his own merch sometimes. Our dude fucking Henry is up there doing prep and a Put to Rest shirt and some of that shit. And they have you guys have a really diverse range of really good merch, and you should definitely plug where people can get that, because I know that's a big part of it, as well as listening to the music, repping that shit.
We'll have a big cartel going up once the album comes out. You can go it on our Bandcamp, and then also just come to a fucking show.
Yeah.
Because there's no better time to get it than when you actually see us play live. Because I fucking think we are one of the best live bands around here. Because I am very confident in what we do, and I love playing our fucking shit live.
Totally can back that up. Really good fucking show. Let's go. July 5th. All right, guys.
Do it.
Good
Thank
fucking
you.
episode.
Yeah.
Next week is going to be a good one. Stick around.
Danny Babcock, Anthony Mansfield, tune in.
Can't wait to talk to those fucks. Thanks for
All right.
coming on, boys. Peace.
Peace.
See ya.